one way or another. The name is Law Nation. Let's continue to grind to shine, baby. And as the room fill up, be sure, and I mean just that, be sure to hit that like button, share this content. Let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when you want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. We got draft day giveaway as well. And on top of that, the board is set. Who do you want? Who do you want? Q&A, baby. To check out more and more details about this information too, click the links that's in the description box. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, yo. Mama said there'll be days just like this. Come on. Shout out to you, Sam Jordan. Appreciate you. Al Kareem. Let's go. Let me know if the audio's straight. Come on. Hey. Ho. Come on. Let's go. Yo. Good afternoon to everyone. I hope all is well with you all. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, LT. Thank you so much. He said audio is good, so we're good to go. All right, so I think some people have changed their minds about certain players, right? I'm seeing someone saying Hyatt in the first round as Richard. I've seen a mock just yesterday. They had Keanu Benton in the first round, right? 4 weeks ago, a lot of people will be arguing, saying that dude shouldn't even see the second round, right? He should be a third round draft pick. I see you, Brandon. He says O-line for your mind, basically. You know, I do love all of that. Shout out to you, Thaddeus. Appreciate you. So the Cowboys with the 26th pick, y'all know I've been on the fence with in the mindset of saying that I want the Cowboys to draft core, meaning that whether it's interior defensive play or interior offensive line play, I think that the game is won and lost down in the trenches. And if you can be better at that spot, then lo and behold, try to be better at that spot. Yes, indeed. I see a Cowboy fan. He says that he want Jahmyr Gibbs. I wouldn't be mad at it. I think that the Cowboys put themselves in the perfect spot, in a perfect position to draft BPA, and whoever we get, this will help us out regardless. Regardless of the situation, it will help us out. So it can be literally. With the 26th pick of the NFL draft, the Cowboys, God dog, the Cowboys drafted a punt kicker. You know, we still gonna win some games next year. We still gonna be the number one team in the NFC East. We still gonna have a playoff burst. I'm not worried about nothing. I just still want us to draft it right and properly though. But shout out to you, Cowboys fan 1965. He says, God. Let's go draft that guard. You know, hey, it is what it is at this point. Now, don't shank me with the butter knife. That was just a joke. Somebody going to be like, nah, Lawman, you must be out your mind, you know. That Law crazy, man. He said we could draft a punt kicker. I read a crazy comment yesterday. Someone, I don't know if it was somebody that was trolling, but they said, man, the Cowboys need to draft to beat Jalen Hurts. I'm sitting there like, whoa, 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 whoa. Hush your mouth. Jalen Hurts is not that dude that we have to worry about and be in fear of. Hell, his backup quarterback put more points up against us than he did, right? Let me know if I'm lying. Let me know if I'm lying. You know, I can hear him now. They crying about it, you know. Let me know if I'm lying. Let me know if I'm telling the truth, you know. Let me know. Sure. Stop all that crying. Yes, indeed, man. Law, you're wrong, Law. Riggs, we getting too old for this, Riggs. Yes, indeed. He never beaten Dak Prescott head to head. So, yeah, so I get with what people are saying that you want to draft to beat out a certain player, but he's not that threat for us. Come on, man. You know, I see you, fam. I see you.
Emotional, damn it.
Yes, indeed. More points. Hey, Corey says more points and more yards. The backup quarterback did that against us. He put up more points, more yards against us than actual Jalen Hurts. So I'm not worried about Jalen, right? Hurts. But neither here nor there. Cowboy Nation. Pundits, critics, they're going to have their thoughts. They're going to have their opinions of everything. And trust me with this. Everyone have a reason, but results are what matter, right? And I love philosophy. I love philosophy. I love the thought track. But let me play this from what I did yesterday. And shout out to everybody that's tuning in, to the nation. I really appreciate y'all so much for helping me out on all platforms. I really appreciate y'all so much. As the room fill up, just do me one huge favor. Tell that like button to lean forward just a little bit. Slap the like button for me, you know? Hit that like button, man. Abuse the like button. Nothing wrong with that. But let's talk about philosophy right quick. I played this yesterday, but let's play it again. Let me know if y'all can hear audio.
Really going back to the draft, I mean, it's really what I just answered earlier. You trust in your process, and they fit the profile what we're looking for in offensive linemen, and you know I kind of like those 6'7" offensive linemen.
Yeah, the thing I would add to that is just you can't have enough of them. I mean, you look at Cincinnati last year where they were, trying to struggle through the injuries. You look, at Kansas City over the years trying to get through, with the injuries. We had our share of injuries last year, of course, with Steele and Tyron missing quite a bit of time. So, you can't have enough of those guys, and that's why, we do put a premium on drafting. Connor McGovern struggled with an injury most of the year.
Now, he said they do put a premium on offensive line, right? There's not the cheap gas. This is a premium gas, right? This is not the Walmart brand, great value stuff, right? They put a premium on that, meaning that they want the name brand. Now, just because it's name brand doesn't mean that it's gonna work its way out to being good, right? Remember the Shaqs, that was a name brand for Shaq, right? You can get it from Walmart. Doesn't mean that they was going to give you a level of play like those Jordans, right? I'm just using that as an analogy. Could be a horrible one. Let me know if you ever. Let me know. You over there. You over there. Did you ever had those Shaqs? Them Shaquille O'Neal shoes. But hey, Chuck Taylor's was still dope to this day. I got a pair of Chucks. Every brother should have a pair of Chucks somewhere in his closet. I'm just saying, you should have you a pair of Chucks too, But what I'm saying is collectively, he said that he valued this. It is premium products. So it is what it is. Let's listen to more of what he had to say.
He battled through it, but you can't get enough. And that's why it's great to have a guy like Waletzko sitting there, the balls of the world sitting there. And while we would be, very open, to drafting another young one to have him coming along.
So, pause, protection, yeah. Darnell Wright or Nolan Smith, who are you taking? Oh, my God. Why would you do me like that, PDX, man? Come on, man. Why would you do me like that? Aaron Pitt says those Shaqs were comfortable as hell. Okay. Did they last long? Them damn Shaqs. As somebody Al Kareem, nobody was wearing them Shaqs. Shout out to them Shaqs, man. Yes, indeed, man. Just a cheaper night with just the symbol, with just the symbol. Oh, I feel you, man. The Marberries, baby, yeah. Marberries, baby. Look at y'all shoe game is off the chain, right? Shoe game. If you are a shoe collector or a shoe connoisseur, let me know in the chat. Let me know which shoes do you still have. I'm not that much of a shoe guy. I'll wear some loafs, all day, all year long. I'm country as all get out, man. The people that know me, man, I wear some loafs, man. You know, I got a pair of shoes. I got some shoes that I had for like 10 or 11 years, still wearable, you know. But don't forget about the LA Gears. Yup. Yes, indeed. Shout out to you, PDX. What's good, Cowboy fan? Thank you. He says, yeah, I was talking to you on that, whatever you tweeted out earlier. But neither here nor there. The Dallas Cowboys, Air Force year round. See, Danny Boy, appreciate you. The Cowboys, I would prefer Darnell Wright. I know Nolan Smith is phenomenal. I know he can bend the corner, get around the edge. But if I hit on Darnell Wright, I've seen some mock drafts even have Broderick, you know, falling all the way to the 26th spot. Either of those boys, you hit right with those, man. That's easily 8 to 10 years strong. Good stuff, man, that you can get out of those boys. Michael says, what about Darnell Washington? The more I think about it, I think Darnell Washington will be nice. I would like him over the two guys that we have on the thumbnail, Michael Mayer and Dalton Kincaid. But I think that, you know, he may be a second-round draft pick somewhere along those way, right at the 30-40 range. And the Cowboys should consider all things, right? But one thing that I can tell you for sure, that tight end, we are not going to be mad at tight end if we do draft him, right? Y'all will not be that mad. Y'all shouldn't be that mad. But I get it. Most people will look back at this and say, Law, why would you do that? Why would the Cowboys fall into that trap or that mindset to get someone that's only going to be at most a progress stopper for the ones that you already have? You know, that's just crazy. Texas says, it's the weakest draft NFL has had in a while. Is this the weakest? Oh, okay. Well, here it is. Here's my thoughts on it.
Well, what I'm saying is that there are known knowns and that there are known unknowns, but there's also unknown unknowns, things we don't know that we don't know.
The draft is all. Look, here's how it is. There are more Hall of Famers in the late second, third, and fourth round than there are those that's drafted in the first. There are more guys that you can't put a thumb or a finger to say, hey, this dude will be world class, right? So what I'm saying is there's so many unknowns, right? We may be high on Quentin Johnson, Zay Flowers, right? We may be high on whoever. Sam Laporta may be the best tight end coming out of this draft, right? But everybody had the other guys in front of him. Crazy things. The draft, that's what makes it unique. There will be people right now to this day angry and upset at me for explaining a player's skill set, right? That player may develop into an unbelievable player out there that everybody say, man, Law was wrong on that guy. I'm the only one that would admit it, you know. But Law was wrong on this guy. But flat out, it could be quite possible that if I'm right, then everybody be like, dang, man, Law was a genius, right? But it's just 50-50 proposition, 50-50 assessments, because this dude right here, Mississippi, Ole Miss Mississippi too, could be the best wide receiver in this draft. Everybody, mama, uncle, cousin, Tupac, and Biggie were like, hey, man, how you pass up on him, right? How did he get drafted in not the first round? Why did he fall to the second round or the third round, right? Why? You know, and it can flat out happen, right? The wide receivers that's killing it now, Deebo Samuel. Was he a first-round draft pick? Yes or no, right? A.J. Brown, was he a first-round draft pick? Yes or no, right? DK Metcalf, was he a first-round draft pick? Yes or no, right? Oh, Terry McLaurin. Oh, they call him Scary Terry in certain parts. Was he a first-round draft pick? Yes or no, right? But so many people can get lost in the sauce. Now, of course, CeeDee Lamb, first-round draft pick. But was Justin Jefferson a first-round draft pick? Yes or no? So it all depends on, what team that player goes to, what program they go to, who's throwing them the ball there, I say, right? And usage, a whole bunch of things. So, but what happened here is that everyone wants to be right. Everyone wants to say, hey, I told you I was right about this guy, right? Yes, indeed. Jay Jetta was, Jay Jetta was not a first-round draft pick. You know what I'm saying? He should have been. If the draft was reconfigured, I guarantee you he'd be probably one of the first wide receivers gone, right? Say what y'all want to say. Justin Jefferson is a first-round draft pick? No, he wasn't. Well, JJ, he was a first-round draft pick? Well, look at all of the people that passed up on him. I thought that was Van Jefferson that went before him, right? Well, put it like this. Was Cooper Kupp a first-round draft pick? Yeah, no, I can keep going on and on. I thought for sure he was drafted in the second round. I could have been wrong, But Justin Jefferson, okay, he was a first-round draft pick. Him and CeeDee Lamb. But everybody else, DK Metcalf, he wasn't. A.J. Brown wasn't, right? So we can go on and on about this, where guys fall at in the draft. It's not a sign that's on a player's head that say, hey, this person will be X, Y, and Z. That, my friend, are the truths. And we can go back and forth and say, was he the first wide receiver gone? No. But everybody would say to themselves, hey, he was the best wide receiver. So it depends on things on how they go into certain systems, who they get played for, and etc. Now, granted, we're still waiting on this guy, Simi Fehoko. When will he show up? How can we get a chance and an opportunity to see him? If people still being drafted in front of him, how can he make it out there on the field? Those are things that we have to contextualize. Case in point, the value in Texas is always going to be higher value. Tolbert wasn't a first-round draft pick. Yeah, if I lie, yeah, you ain't lying, fam. You ain't lying. But listen to this right here. People will argue and say that, hey, when you put the silver and blue on, it don't matter if you was undrafted, drafted in the 6th round, 5th round, 1st round. You will still have the same levels of expectations as if though you are, And let me pull this up. Let's go.
See, he was out there with CeeDee Lamb. He was out there with CeeDee Lamb in Pollard last year.
He was out there with CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
He was out there with CeeDee Lamb and Pollard. Okay. Noah Brown wasn't no scrub last year. He wasn't no scrub last year. Come on now. You still had Dalton Schultz. You had a reliable tight end to go to.
Stephen A., stop it. Stop it. See, he was out there with.
The pundits, the critics will still say that, hey, this guy wasn't a scrub. This guy wasn't a bust. Now, shout out to Noah Brown. I'm not putting any salt nor throwing shade on the brother. He may go out there and be phenomenal over there in Texans land, right? But what I'm saying is that collectively, it doesn't matter. Look, tomorrow, Sunday, when they start calling all of the undrafted guys, they can reach out and call me. They can literally call me. Breaking news, the Dallas Cowboys have reached out to a content creator by the name of Law Nation. Well, his government name is Lawrence. Lawrence will be trying out for the Dallas Cowboys to see if he can be the wide receiver. I would be on the front page news, I promise you. Stephen A. Smith, Shay Sharp, everybody. Skip Bayless be like, yeah, hey, back in the day, he did run a 4.40. He was pretty fast. He ain't no scrub. And I'm saying to myself, yeah, man, give me a chance, give me an opportunity, man. Let me be out there on the field, right? And look, whatever we do today, ladies and gentlemen, the Dallas Cowboys will be the most talked about today. The 26th pick, not the first pick, not the second pick, not the third or the fifth pick. It will be the 26th pick that everybody will be talking about, the Dallas Cowboys, Yes, indeed. Lady D said, Lawrence, man, yeah. Yeah, man, how old is he, man? Oh, man, he's 40. Hey, man, I promise you, man, I promise you, at my age, I can still run faster than Jason Witten a couple of years ago. You know what I mean? Talk your bull, sugar. Yes, indeed, C. Diggs. Yeah, you already know.
Total running backs, Bobby, drafted in the first round. As BetQL sent us their mock. Did you see that?
Yes, I did.
Who did they have the Cowboys taking at 26?
I don't remember who it was. I remember thinking it was wrong. Jameer Gibbs, I think is who it was.
Jameer Gibbs.
Yeah.
Man, I ain't going to even lie to y'all, man. Roll Tide. Cowboys drafting Jameer Gibbs. I'm gonna go crazy, man, tonight. I like Jameer Gibbs for the possibilities. Not saying that he will be the same thing. And look, I heard someone say that he's a scat back. Excuse me, can y'all look up the definition of a scat back? Come on now. Hey, burner count third. He said Law can't run a button route. Nah. I'm not gonna run no buttons, no hitches, no comebacks, no send me on a 9. You know what I'm saying? And if I can't get separation, I'm gonna do the old Irvin way. We're gonna get into a couple of fights out there. You know what I'm saying? Look, bang 8 or something. Send me on a drag deep over, shallow, and then I get hit one time. What happened to that Law guy, man? Lawrence! What happened, Lawrence? Hey, man, what happened, man? You supposed to be the savior, man. Noah Brown got better hands than you. You know what I'm saying? All right, man. Let me stop while I'm ahead. I like Jameer Gibbs. I think that Jameer Gibbs come from a good program. I think that he will put his body on the line to save and keep the quarterback upright. He did it for his quarterback that was in college, right? Not saying that just because what you do in college will not transfer over to the pros, but the mindset, the mentality will be there, ladies and gentlemen. And that's how I'm looking at it. That's how I'm looking at it. Law. Don't be wee-woo. Shout out to my guy, Boss Cowboys Sports. Law, don't be wee-woo now. If Darnell Wright is there, Gibbs is there, Broderick Jones is there, even a Kalijah Kancey, if he's there, who you drafting? It's going to be hard for me to pass up on Darnell Wright. I'm telling y'all straight up, it's going to be hard. I'm not passing up on Broderick Jones. Interior O-line for your mind. I'm sticking to my core. But if those boys are not there, and if it's Gibbs, yeah, I'm drafting Gibbs. I'm drafting Wright. Excuse me, I'm drafting Wright. You know what I'm saying? And I'll try to find me a A-Chain that can do some of the similar things that Gibbs can do. I will find me a Tajay Spears, or I might just go with the 58 pick, and now I'm talking combos. I'm talking about O-line for your mind that can block for your running back, that can keep your quarterback upright, that can also maybe spring open your wide receiver on a tunnel or smoke underneath. I'm looking at for future, So, yeah, I would not be wee-woo. Brande says, I'm so excited about today. BPA. Hey, you're right, Brandon. You're right. We're going BPA. Gibbs at 26, I wouldn't be mad at it. You know, I promise you I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be, at all. I would not be at all. Just like you, I still wouldn't be mad at it, Smitty,
I ain't mad at it.
I ain't mad at it, no.
I ain't mad at you.
I ain't mad at you.
Definitely ain't.
I ain't mad at you.
Hey, speedster, laugh out loud. Nah, guard. Yeah, you can find Trey Palmer later on down the line in the draft. He may be one of your fastest wide receivers that everybody overlooked, right? The stone that was rejected become the chief cornerstone, right? It could be Tyler Scott. It's going to be I promise y'all, it's going to be somebody that we overlooked in this draft.
Yeah, so
Thought I caught you slipping.
over-under is at 2.
1.5.
Okay, I didn't know if they would go half or if they take the
Tight end over under 2.5.
Yeah.
Total wideouts drafted 3.5. What team will draft Bijan Robinson? As there's a rumor out there that Chicago is going to take him.
Atlanta.
It is Atlanta.
Yeah.
Why you say that?
Because Atlanta likes him a lot. That's where I think he's going tonight.
What pick they have?
8.
I can see that. They got the tight end, right? Quarterback best friend. They Desmond Ridder. He's a poor man's version of Dak Prescott, right? And you would want that young quarterback to develop and to have a running back to develop with him. I always say this: young quarterbacks need running backs, tight ends. They need those two guys to help solidify them. And I know I get people all the time try to shank me with the butter knife. They be hitting me. They be hitting me with the butter knife all the time. But it's so important for you to have a young, well, not a young running back, but a legitimate running back with you. Hear me out. Put the butter knife down right quick. Peyton Manning. I know it's different eras or what have you. He started off with Marshall Faulk for 1 year, and then the next year they drafted Edge. Marshall Faulk was gone. Edgerrin James, he gold jacket, right? Marshall Faulk gold jacket too, right? But those guys help alleviate some of the pressure, pain, anxieties that you may have. So that could be the situation for Atlanta if they're building it right. Right. But neither here nor there. Atlanta, they figure out how to beat the 49ers last season, right? Hey, C. Burleson, let me know if you got the book, man. Let me know if you like the book. And let me know because you one of the first ones to jump over there. And I sent the email out. Let me know if you got the book. Let me know in the chat. And you know what book I'm talking about. The Boss Cowboys Sports book. Let me know.
Let me ask you this, Bobby. They have the Cowboys passing on Darnell Wright. Would they do that?
In the BetQL
Yeah.
thing, the Jeremiah had them passing on Darnell Wright too. I don't think they would, but I think that was interesting.
Here are the teams in order to draft Bijan: Falcons, Texans, Eagles, Commanders, Cowboys, and Patriots are tied at 10-1.
I don't see the Texans passing up on him, but dog, wouldn't that be a lethal combination? They go draft the quarterback that they want, right? I think they got 2 draft picks in the first 15 or something like that. Is that true? I could be off. But neither here nor there. They go around and they draft Bijan, although they got Pierce. That was a good combination. That's a real good combination. That will be great for them. That will set up for the future for them. T-Zilla 88 says Bijan going to the Eagles at 10. I think that would be a better suit for him, believe it or not, to the Eagles. You got an unbelievable situation for them. You know, a run-first team at this point. Then you have the guy that can take some top off the defense. You got your possession wide receiver. I just don't know how their offense will look like for the 2023 season without their offensive coordinator there, So it could be a situation, a scenario that they're trying to fill in that voided area for Miles Sanders gone, right? And they're not really leaning on Rashad Penny to tote the load. Then, yeah, that would be a good situation for them. We'll see those guys twice a year. Yeah, we'll see them twice a year. And, we'll figure it out. Law, the book is fire. Appreciate everything you do. I'm on chapter 3 and stuck on it. Very knowledgeable. You're the best. Law Nations. Appreciate you, man. C. Burleson, appreciate you. And kudos and credence to Boss Cowboy Sports. That's his book. I just said that I would give out 7 books to help support it because, it's one of those things whereas he said that's his last book and we want to recognize it by 7, right? And that means completion. So let's go. Texans belong to the XFL or the USFL. Shout out to you, Michael, man. Appreciate you, man. All right, so let's listen to some more audio. Y'all straight? Are y'all good? Are we loaded? Kincaid in the second round would be nice. This is from Smitty. If he falls to the second round with the 58 pick, your Dallas Cowboys select Dalton, not Schultz, but Kincaid. Yeah, that would be nice for us, man, with the 58 pick. I have no pushback on that at all. At all. Appreciate you, Brian Peters. Appreciate you so much for the fire. Hey, if y'all like what we doing around here, hit that fire in the chat. Hit the fire in the chat. Let's go to this right here. More Bijan talk. I think it's from this guy right here. It's just Bijan, just in case,
And supposedly running backs are not supposed to be taken high. And we will be talking about, no doubt, in our draft coverage, is that the defending world champs, whose town we will be in, and they won the Super Bowl with a 7th-round pick leading their rushing attack. And he scored in the Super Bowl out of Rutgers, Isaiah Pacheco. And yet this kid, Bijan Robinson, is really, really talented and can change the fortune of an NFL team just by him being picked.
All right, hold. Let's stop it right now. Is that anecdotal? Because with that being said, one can argue, well, let's not even look at quarterbacks. Let's not. Why? Because the quarterback that got the most Super Bowls ever, like far as winning them, Tom Brady, he was drafted in the 6th. You can find a quarterback in any draft, right? Or any round, dare I say. You can literally do that. You can talk about the fact that, hear me out, y'all. Because you can talk about those things and say, well, you don't have to. Oh, excuse me. Also, Brock Purdy, he was the Mr. Irrelevant. He won 11 games last year, right? He wasn't drafted in the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd round. You could find value in quarterback in the later rounds. And he won multiple playoff games his rookie year. He beat the Cowboys, right? According to most people, would look at that in those lights and say, hey, you don't have to draft a quarterback early. No. And I get with what they're saying with Isaiah. I get with what he brought to the Kansas City team last season. There were not a lot of tape on him. He was a rookie. And on top of that, week 1, they didn't say, hey, let's lean on Isaiah, right? It took a multitude of different guys in that uniform to help him out. First and foremost, they re-solidified the offensive line for your mind, right? And on top of that, shout out to now the I hate to say this, but the Washington team offensive coordinator, Eric Bieniemy. He was a hell of an offensive coordinator who needed to get his just due of respect. He knew how to put people in right places and right spots on the football field. And let's not leave out Andy Reid. All of those things you got to contextualize. If not, then you'll be forever trying to pin the tail on the donkey. So I don't think that running backs or even tight ends, you should be looking at it like, let's not draft them in the first round because of the previous situations that happened. Because I can pick up said Isaiah Pacheco and put him on another team doesn't mean that he's going to win the Super Bowl, right? Doesn't mean that that team is going to go all the way to the Super Bowl. And if you look back at the tape, you will literally see that they slowly integrated him into the game. Not like he was like, oh, he's going to be our starting day one running back. It don't work that way, ladies and gentlemen. But I don't want y'all to be falling around leaning on the low-hanging fruit ideology of that, hey, you can go find anybody in any round and then they can make it happen just because it happened before. No, that's anecdotal. Don't lean on that. And on top of that, let's not be fools of ourselves to say, hey, tight ends drafted in the first round are trash because of their numbers. Historically speaking, tight ends don't supposed to get you 1,000 yards per season. They supposed to do their grit work, grimy work, so that others can eat. They supposed to be the mismatch to force teams out of personnel to maybe have that extra linebacker on the field, right? If they're gritty, so that you can pass, or to have that linebacker on the field when they're athletic, 6'4.5", 6'5" guy that's athletic, that a linebacker can't control and slow him down, that you bring in a lighter body guy, and now you're supposed to run off of those looks. It's supposed to be a game of mismatch. It's not supposed to be a game that the tight end's supposed to get all of these gaudy stats. But I get it, in a modern day time, in a modern day world, we want to see the stats. Like right now, you guys will be bashing Jay Novacek. Why? Because he didn't get over 700 yards receiving. Because he didn't get double-digit touchdowns while he was here in Dallas. No, he did his job. He was Mr. Third Down guy, right? He didn't need to be, hey, Jay Novacek, 1,300 yards. Oh, excuse me, 16 touchdowns. No. He needed to be Troy Aikman safety blanket on 3rd and long when Emmett couldn't get it done, when it's too obvious for Emmett to run, when the down and out distance is just a little too risque to throw it to Irv when he got double coverage on him, right? So those are the things that you have to look at collectively. So Kyle Pitts, yes, he might have looked terrible in Atlanta land, but if you pick up Kyle Pitts and you put him in a Cowboys uniform, slap that star on the side of his helmet, shoot, in this offense last season or the season before that, shoot, y'all be sitting there like, shoot, Hot Pocket, who? Dalton Schultz, who? You know, Jake, who? Ferg, why? He can go hold the water. He can go hold the water and go bring some towels to him. That Cal Pitts is eating. Hot Spot Casino, Dallas better not draft Band-Aid Kincaid. How you gonna give that man a nickname before he even play, man? You crazy, man. You flat out crazy, man. That's a good one, though. Band-Aid Kincaid, baby. And if he fool around and blow up the league and catch about 16 touchdowns, I'm not saying that you want that out of a tight end. But if he fool around and do that, man, I'm coming after you. Hot Spot Casino. But shout out to you, man. Good super chat there, man. But that's just my thoughts on it, y'all. So don't look at one side. I know hindsight is 20/20, and everybody can be right after the draft. But technically, it takes 3 years to grade a draft, and it takes time for the development. You see, what happened here is that everybody skipped past and jumped over the development process, and everybody got the microwavable or the fast food mentality. And even me, you know, we want good things out of a player year 1, year 2. At least see something, right? Right. But in actuality, it takes 3 years. In actuality. All right. Eagles down 9-1-1. Appreciate you. He says, I think you want to say, are you saying take tight end at first if he's the best player available? And if he's best player available and you got tags touching, then you trade down, right? That would be the philosophy there. What I'm saying is the Cowboys put themselves in good position where it don't matter who we take. We still good. You know? We going all the way back to the Cat Williams. Either she was big and got small, or she was small and got big. We still good. Basically, we still good. We don't have to depend on nobody from this draft. We just want them to supplement. We that bodybuilder that's already strong. We just trying to take supplements just to alleviate some things down the line. We good. We good. I'm gonna poll y'all again. Let me poll y'all again. Either she was big and got small. Somebody don't catch that reference. But all right, let me go and find this roster thing right quick. Boom, 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 boom. If I could find it. Come on, roster, where you at? I'm gonna have to make it. All right, so with the roster here, how many games do you guys think we can win with this right here? I'm gonna pull it out again. How many games do you think we can win right now? Put it down in the chat. With our roster right there. CD Lamb, Brandon Cooks, Gallup. Gallup is going to be better than what he was last season, right? 12 is Sam Jordan. Is 12 enough for us to get to the playoff, right? Smack Talk, appreciate you. He says 14. 13 and 4. That's from Dez Bryan. You know, shout out to you in the chat. Patrice says 14 games. Burner says 9. I think 9 and 8 can still get you. 9 and 8 can still get you in the playoffs. Hey man, hey. We should have been drafting those guys if we only win 9 games next season. Though I will moonwalk back. But I clearly see that this team can win us double digits games next season.
I keep looking at Philly in this draft, and I'm like, why wouldn't you go get a guy on a first contract?
Because they're all about blocking,
which I get, and
tackling on that line, not running through.
Spencer, shout out to you. He says 11 is the floor. You feel a whole lot better than me, because I said 12 and 5 is the floor. 12 and 5. I was yelling that out last year, right? I said that we were going to go 13 and 4. That's what my prediction was last season. Y'all remember that? Remember we went over, and we're going to do it again. And I'm going to go ahead and give y'all the precursor to everything. Cowboys winning the division. Hear me out. If you're an Eagle fan, close your ears. You don't have to hear me out. You don't have to hear me out. Cowboys winning this division. Sneakily, the Washington is going to be number 2. The Giants will be number 3 in this division. The Eagles will be going to first to worst in this division. And I'm not even hating on those boys. They good. They talented. I just feel a certain type of way. I know people already said, no, Lord Dak is for to lead the league in INTs and all this bullshit. Watch. I'm saying it now. It is April the 27th, draft day. And y'all can put that, and then when it come to fruition, y'all can be like, man, that damn Law, man, he was right on draft day. Y'all rewind. Y'all put it in your calendar. Hey, man, Law said, the book of Law said, turn to the book of Law. All right, turn to the book of Law. He said on April the 27th, the Cowboys will win the division. The Washington team will be second place. Louis T going to be happy about that, right? He can't get him to hush his mouth about his Washington team. And then third team going to be the Giants. The doggone Eagles going to went from first to worst. Watch it. Just watch it. Mark it down.
Through it. Like that's what they're about, because they can run through it with Miles Sanders, and all you got to do is put Boston Scott against the Giants, and he'll score 5 touchdowns. So
I think Bijan is the best non-quarterback offensive player. I think that if
rewind, man, I couldn't hear you, man.
Offensive player in the draft. I think that
Rewind it one more time. Let me rewind.
Touchdowns. So
I think Bijan is the best non-quarterback offensive player in the draft. I think that if
does that
he,
include? Oh, sorry. Does that include linemen too? You would throw that on linemen? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's so versatile. He's a lot like Christian McCaffrey. Now,
I wish I could show y'all some highlight reels of Bijan, but unfortunately, the way the NFL work and then the college level work, I can't even use a picture of Bijan without it being claimed by copyright. So just know when you good like that, the expectations, you can't even use a picture. As soon as I put up a picture, this audio image is being claimed by such and such. Everybody on the Bijan hype right now. So let's go.
Now, he's not going to get that comparison a lot, but he is really good inside the tackles, good vision, jump cut, lateral movement, really good outside of the tackles. He has home run ability. We've seen him make guys miss, have top end speed, but he also catches it really well, both out of the backfield and lined up in the slot. He can move around. He's a smart player.
Right.
Texas really struggled on the offensive line, and yet he still produced. Never complained about it. Great teammate, hard worker.
Yeah.
At some point, when we see, let's take the Cowboys for example.
Oh, that's what I was waiting for. That's the only reason why I clicked on the video. If I'd have known, I could have skipped all the way to the 1 minute mark, 2 minute mark. Before he talk about the Cowboys situation and scenario, I've seen games where Bijan didn't look that explosive to me. Look like, hey, what was going on? Hey, he's supposed to be able to hit that hole and split and get upfield. Giddy up. Yeah. Get on up that hill, Yeah. I've seen some games and I'm not finna point them out or what have you, but I'm gonna just point them out, Alabama game. But, I've seen some games I've seen it seems as if though he had cement blocked for feet. And I get it, battering around, guys, I seen some too much dancing for my liking too. See hole, hit hole. I ain't trying to do the 1-2 step, Kiss drafting Bijan. Don't mess that up. Don't mess this up. This is from D-Web. He says, Kiss draft Bijan. Oh, keep it short and simple. Draft Bijan. Don't mess this up, Jerry. I get what you're saying, bro. But hear me out. I seen some games, man, that his feet looked like it was concrete, man. Concrete blocks. I'm just saying, I trust Willie McClay. I feel y'all, man. But I'm just saying. Man. And I get it, man. Hook 'em, Hook 'em. If you're a Longhorn fan, hook 'em. But I seen some games. Now, I wouldn't be mad at him playing for the Cowboys. And here's my retort to that. Because he would not be the end-all, be-all here. He would split some of those carries, right? And I know he split some of it with Roshan, but Roshan was just it wasn't a split back. It was more of kind of like what the Cowboys did last year before last, right? Where Zeke hold all of the carries and then you will sprinkle in some Tony, right? So here he will be a split back. And the Cowboys will learn from their mistakes. You'll minimize the wear and tear on young Bijan Robinson, and maybe you get the most out of him. Maybe you won't see, hey, what was that? What's all that dancing? See hole, hit hole. Been a Longhorn fan for decades, Law. Hook 'em, man. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to the Longhorns, man.
Boy, let's.
You're a Longhorn fan way back in Roy Williams days, huh? The wide out.
I'm not saying that they're going to take Bijan, but when was Dak Prescott his best? When Zeke was the best running back in football.
Okay.
Zeke was the best running back in football in part because he was on his first contract, which means you can spread resources around to things like the offensive line. Okay.
Woosa. Woosa. Vince Young days. Appreciate you, fam. Zeke contract had nothing to do with his loss of production. Zeke being young had nothing to do with the Jones administration. When they talk about, hey, we value his premium at offensive linemen and things like that, we can all bang on the table and yell out bull sugar. We can literally say that. I got people in the chat right now that if we were going to a fight, and I said this a couple of years ago, and it's still valid to this day, and you had your choice in situations and opportunities down in the trenches to have La'el Collins or Connor Williams to fight you. If you go into the fight, you finna go in the bar, you finna fight somebody. I know that for sure about 95 to 99% of y'all say, give me La'el Collins. Give me that guard, you know. But the Cowboys refused. They tried to get cute with it, and they kicked that La'el Collins to tackle. And I'm not saying that just because La'el Collins was a right tackle that dismissed some of Ezekiel Elliott's run game. Because we had a chart, if we had a chart out there to show you the droppage of Ezekiel Elliott's total production, all of a sudden you can clearly see with your natural eyes that 2019 occurred and his numbers went just like this. Can y'all let me know who became the offensive coordinator in 2019? Oh, okay, I hush. But y'all get what I'm saying. The Cowboys didn't make no major investments on the offensive side of the coin at all since 2016, 17, 18, 19. Who was the major offensive investment outside of an Amari Cooper? And we didn't pretty much get that done until we were 3-5. Come on, y'all, man. We ain't finna wee-woo y'all, man, with this, man. But what I would say is with all of this, and I wish I had that chart. I wish I had that chart right up in front of me so I can pull it up and show y'all. But y'all been following the channel for a long enough time. Come on, man. Zeke contract had nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? The usage rate came and boiled down to the philosophy on how he ran the ball. If the Cowboys really, really want to value running game, then they would have figured out a way to pick up the phone and call Bill back. And I'm not even talking about Parcells. I'm talking about the other Bill, Callahan. Figure out a way to get him in if you wanted to see the good adjustment with Zeke. But neither here nor there. Okay.
When are we going to start talking about the advantageous nature of the fifth year of control for running backs as well as quarterbacks, like we always do? Inevitably, at the end of the first round, what are we going to talk about if Will Levis is still on the board? Well, you're going to want that fifth year of control, you know, and first round versus second round.
Hendon Hooker will be having that conversation.
Here we go right here. Boy, look at him. Look at God. Will provide for me. Yes, indeed. All right, so what I'm saying is, I know causations and correlation doesn't equal causations. I get what you guys are saying. I get it. In 2019, I think the Cowboys also drafted, dare I say, another running back. But the numbers and everything that you can compute really doesn't even speak out loudly of how many touches even Tony Pollard received. But that's a story of another day. It goes to show you that rushing attempts, you got to have the philosophy there. If you don't have the attempts, you won't get the yardage. That's just the reality of it, you know. So when you think about it, look at the numbers. It's been going down. But something happened in 2019, which causes the attempts to even go down. You can't get the yardage without the attempts with this type of running back. But also you got to have the knowledge too, because a lot of people will say, hey man, come on, Law, man, we watching the same game, man. You don't have to hype Zeke up, Law. Come on, shame on you, Law. Yeah, y'all don't have to write those 2 pages of paragraphs of the reason why, you know what I'm saying, Ezekiel Elliott fell off. But can somebody also point to this chart line for your mind too? That number speaks volumes too. The rushing attempts per game. The attempt. It will be a different. Now, what will be more of an accurate analysis of this if the attempts still said 21, 20, and the yards per rush was down, right? It's a different world averaging 21 or 24, and now you're averaging 16 to 13. And now you all of a sudden say, hey, I still want the same numbers? No. By law of averages alone would tell you that it's not there. But I would tell you, Zeke is old news now, right? If he was any great or good, then the team would have reached out to him before the draft. That's fair, right? But what I can tell you guys is that after the draft, don't be shocked to all of a sudden you hear if the Cowboys don't figure out a way to draft a guy that they like or love out of this draft. The Dallas Cowboys are bringing back Ezekiel Elijah Elliott for a cup of coffee, right? And they're going to give him number 15. They're going to tell the other quarterback they got number 15, why don't you sit out for a second, That's how it goes.
A week from tonight, too.
Exactly. So when does that start with running backs? Because it's pretty clear to me, you look around the league and these top-end running backs, everyone's hesitant to get them to their second contract. When are we going to start talking about getting dynamic offensive threats with a 5th year of control?
And the running back position, it's tough to think that that's going to be the position that would lead that charge. Maybe, I don't know, because the receiving group usually is deep in a draft, one would think, although you're hearing that this year's not as much as previous years. Although somebody like Jalen,
my thoughts on this
jumps out at me. Zafe.
Y'all bear with me. Let's go.
Flowers. These are the names of guys who can, went viral over the past 24 hours that Mahomes was throwing past to Zay Flowers, and here come the Chiefs.
Didn't he was one. Also Quentin Johnston was with him at one point.
Exactly. That's another one, although I don't need to hear his name very much. He ruined a certain particular bowl game for me.
Well, the replay officials ruined it.
I like that answer. Good answer, as we say on Family Feud.
Geez.
Good answer. I appreciate that. But yes, because the running back position, and again, I'm happy to have this conversation if there's time a week from tonight or the Friday night of the draft as well. I mean, how in the world is Austin Eckler, who the only person who scored more touchdowns over the last couple of seasons than him is nobody, and Jalen Hurts is the only one who scored more touchdowns than him last year, and so he's trying to get a new contract out of the Chargers, and they're saying no, you can go look for somebody else.
Collusion. All right, so most of these guys, they're looking at it like, hey, they don't want the market to drive up so high that all of these owners got to pay so much for a depreciation asset, extremely depreciation, a version of the asset out of a running back that aged like bananas on top of the refrigerator. Right? So that's how the NFL is looking at running backs now. This is my solution to it. I think that the market is too lopsided for NFL teams on quarterbacks. I just think it's too high. I just think that they need to come up with a new salary cap. The CBA need to sit down and have parameters to their cap. Maybe exclude quarterbacks from it. They have their own cap and have everyone else. I think that it'd do a disservice to the NFL to have one cap and everybody got to fit under that same umbrella, but they're not viewed and valued the same. They are not paid the same. They're not looked about the same. Now, I think that they need to figure it out. They got smart with it, but they couldn't fit it all under one clause because of how the contract worked. The Sam Bradford situation really messed up the market. When the kid didn't play a down of football and he had the $78 million contract. And they was like, man, hey, what if he's a bust? What if he's everything? No one knew. And they couldn't make a rule for only one player, right? So what they did was they said, because really, if you think about it, the fifth-year option were designed primarily for the quarterback. And the money on the back end, which is all guaranteed if you decide to keep player for the fifth-year option, that all came about because of the quarterback. So, but they couldn't exclude the other guys. Now, one can argue, Sam Bradford changed the game forever. That will really messed up all of the marketing stuff. Now, granted, I'm not saying that these players shouldn't get the money, because we can clearly see in baseball and basketball these guys getting max deals, max contract. But it's not relegated to the position they play, I believe. I don't follow baseball that much like I used to. But whether you're a center field or a shortstop, don't you get paid the same? If you can do certain things, y'all help me out, because I'm far from baseball. Just help me out. I need help. Dial a friend. Let me know. Do the first baseman. I know shortstop, man. You got to be athletic, right? Is there variation? I know the pitcher get paid the most, right? How it goes in baseball. Y'all help me out, man. Help me out. But they got so many leagues within leagues of baseball. Shoot a minor league, man. Shoot a developmental league. You can make $500,000 just there. I had a friend of mine that get paid good money, man. Basketball, the better paying sports now. This is from Alvin, right? Everyone get paid. LT says everybody get paid. Yeah. It depends on production, not position. That's what hot spot. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, A-Rod, $252 million in the early 200s, 2000s. Yeah. I don't even like baseball, right? So yeah, no salary cap in baseball. How's that working? Yeah. They got luxury taxes and all that stuff. So what? I'm not trying to get bogged down into the money, but what I'm saying is that, I know it's draft time. We finna see some millionaires. All 26 of these guys all 32 or 31 31, because one team forfeited. So all 31 guys are going to get drafted tonight. Going to be millionaires. Going to be multi-millionaires. But the problem is with the NFL, high turnover. They got the worst union. They got the most players out there on the field, because it's easy to manage basketball. There's only 12 guys, 13 guys, 20 guys all, in total. Right? So you don't have to worry about 53 men with 53 different opinions and thoughts. And then to add in, you got additional 10 guys on the special teams. Oh, not special teams, but the practice squad. Practice squad ain't bad. The lowest practice squad guy makes more than maybe your local doctor. He making money day to day, process, week to week. But his goal is to make it to the team. So it just get convoluted with the salary cap that's supposed to be this thing to help players out, but it hinder most of those guys out there on the field. But don't come after me, NFL, man, on both sides. Y'all doing a great job.
FBI, open up!
Y'all doing a great job, man. All eyes on you. Will McClay, go Cowboys. This is from V. Let's go, man. Appreciate you, V. Good segue to get me off of the money talk, man. Let's shout out to Brad Sham. He was on Cowboys 105.3 The Fan. This is what he was talking about. Excuse me. He was talking about this right here. And let's listen to.
Oh, who?
All right, so Dez, let me say Dez Bryan, but not Bryant, but Dez Bryan says, Law, what do you think about Jonathan Mingo in the second? Too early. Also, what about Charlie Jones out of Purdue in the third? Ooh. I think that Charlie will go somewhere in the third, mid-thirds. I like both of those boys. Shout out to Charlie Jones. He can catch anything that's thrown his way. I mean, short area quickness is there. Nifty route guy. Not much of a blazer, but the short area quickness is there. Soft spot in the zone. I wish if the NFL wasn't or the college wasn't being so greedy, I would show you guys some all 22 on that and some film analysis. But we doing things different for the 2023 season. But far as Jonathan Mingo, the footages that I was able to show you guys on that, I can tell you, bigger wide receiver that can high point the ball, 4-4 guy, short area quickness is there. They compared him to Anquan Bolden. I see a lot of that from the scouts that put that out there. In the second round with the 58 pick, I would love it, extremely love it at the 90th pick. The 58 will be a little rich for me. You know I love my Mississippi boys. But if he's high on your board and at 58, if he's your BPA at that spot, then you go and get him. I have a philosophy whereas you got so many guys that's graded in your first round, like 15, but I think 15 to 16 guys in your first round. I really believe that the largest room for this draft is second round grades. And if you want to double dip in second round grades, don't be afraid to move off from your third or next year third, or any of those fourth round draft picks. Swapping, do whatever you can. Don't be afraid to move on from your next year's second, because your mindset should be like, hey, we picking at 32 next year in the second round anyhow. So I would move up. I would double dip in the second round. I would literally figure out a plan to slide down from the 26th spot. I know tonight, a lot of us will like to see the Cowboys. We would like to hear this sound. You know, we love to hear that sound. Somebody got it on repeat. You know, we would love to hear that sound. But if we can trade up out of the first round, I know we're going to vacate the fifth-year option. But to get your hands, because at 26, you got a second-round grade on them anyhow, right? If I can come up with a plan so that you can get two for the price of one, then you're winning. If you can have multiple picks in the second round, you're winning. Right? What if Darnell Wright falls up out of the first round, right? What if I told you that you can slide back, get Wright and Gibbs in the second? Would that be finessing the game for you? And you get Drew Sanders. What if you get three of those guys? You get Darnell Wright, Gibbs, and Drew Sanders. Those are the possibilities in that second round. That second round is going to be something nice tomorrow. You know, not tonight, but tomorrow. Law, it says John, you know, Tacoma, you know, John. Almost like Tecmo Bowl. Tacoma Jones says, Law, give me some juice on offense in the first and on the all line in the second. The rest can fall, however. Congratulations. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Who do you like? What name that's realistic around 26 would be at the top of your list?
Yeah, the realistic's the operative word there, isn't it? I personally would love it, although I've not seen one mock draft that had it happen, if the wide receiver Addison from Southern California got down there. I don't think they can really go wrong. They need everything, and they don't need anything desperately. So, you know, I think, Sean, that wide receiver and defensive tackle are the areas that need strengthening the most. but they're not the only ones. And the reason I said Addison is, all I know is the last time we saw them, when Tony Pollard got hurt at halftime in San Francisco, CeeDee Lamb was the only playmaker on the field in the second half.
Yeah.
That's got to change. Now, some of that can be the quarterback, the scheme, how they protect, but I didn't see any other playmakers out there, and that was scary. And so if I could get somebody like Addison, who I think is just a phenomenal route runner, then I'd love that.
Kevin Gray has tweeted that.
All right, so I might have to rewind. He said Jordan Addison. He said at Jordan Addison at 26. Did he say that? Let me rewind. I had to go give me some water. I was choking up over here. Hold on. Let me get some water. Let me rewind. Y'all good? Are y'all good? Y'all don't mind me rewinding, do you?
CeeDee Lamb was the only playmaker on the field in the second half.
I heard that part. Hold on.
That's got to
rewind.
change. Now, some of that can be anything wrong.
Y'all good? Okay, let me go back.
I don't think they can really go wrong.
Okay.
They need everything, and they don't need anything desperately. So, I think, Sean, that wide receiver and defensive tackle are the areas that need strengthening the most, but they're not the only ones. And the reason I said Addison is, all I know is the last time we saw them, when Tony Pollard got hurt at halftime in San Francisco, CeeDee Lamb was the only playmaker on the field in the second half.
Okay. I see where he's going at it with that. Okay. That's the mighty Brad Sham, y'all. Who fault is that? I mean, I've been banging on the table, man. Like, when I made the thoughts that the Cowboys should go out and give up their second-round draft pick for DK Metcalf, would we be talking about, man, dog, we sure will miss that second-round draft pick? No, man, sure, we got DK Metcalf. I think that the more playmakers you have, the better chances and opportunities you would see. Now, granted, the Cowboys gambled and betted on my guy Michael Gallup, and it just didn't work for us. But Noah Brown last year, come on, man. I'm not trying to put the man in a figure four over here, but what I'm saying is that we knew. Like, come on, man, it's Noah Brown, and my whole thought track is you want playmakers. We said last season, the season before last, the playmaker, he was sweating and everything. They trying to cancel the brother, man. He's not on nobody's TV. They canceling him out. It's sad. But the playmaker said it himself. You can't depend on your tight ends. You got to have your playmakers to get the ball. You got to give your playmakers the ball. And the only battle cry that we had was against the 49ers the first time was Kellen Moore, third year ever calling plays. People don't contextualize the little things. That was his third year ever calling plays. I know it sounds like bevies of excuses, but from his mouth to y'all ears, during the offseason, he said, I got to be better on getting the playmakers the ball and designing playmakers for the ball. Now, granted, Dak Prescott, of course, we need better play out of him the first time. But what happened all offseason, we saw this growth aspect of CeeDee Lamb, and he arrived. He grew. But what we didn't take under consideration was that you just moved furniture around the doggone Titanic. It went down in regardless. Why? Because the first time you played against the 49ers, you refused to put the ball in the belly of the back of Tony Pollard and mix in your playmakers, right? You gave him one series. We drove down there. We scored, right? By utilizing all of your playmakers. The next time you played against the 49ers, yes, Tony Pollard broke his leg or what have you. But you didn't have no other playmakers like he was saying. There were no other guy but CeeDee Lamb. Roll coverage. I would allow Schultz to beat me if I'm playing defense. And if I'm D'Amico Ryans, I'd have did the same thing. Roll coverage CeeDee Lamb way. One-on-ones to Gallup. A guy got half of a leg. And one-on-one coverages to this dude called Schultz. If they beat me with Schultz, then so may it be. But that's just how it is. So what you want to do is you want to create that situation where you have multiple guys that can elevate their game with playmaking ability. Right? And truth be said, the very next week, I believe the Niners played the Eagles. The guy Slay, he been spilling a lot of tea. He said, shh, we just used the Cowboys philosophy, and that's how we were able to win against those Niners. And when A.J. Brown wasn't getting off, the Slim Reaper was getting off. That's how it goes. And when the Slim Reaper wasn't getting off, A.J. Brown caught a contested catch. And when both of those guys was stalled out, the running back the running back, I had to throw that one in there. The running back was able to do things. Yes, their defense got freaky with it, but it was also the ability to use your playmakers. I would tell Eagles fans, and I call my brother, I got another brother that's an Eagles fan. And he's an objective Eagle fan. He said, oh, hell no. Nah. They wouldn't have made it that far without A.J. Brown. He's a playmaker. Highest Slim Reaper 2.0, no doubt. Let's go.
Yeah. That's got to change. Now, some of that can be the quarterback, the scheme, how they protect, but I didn't see any other playmakers out there, and that was scary. And so if I could get somebody like Addison, who I think is just a phenomenal route runner, then I'd love that.
Kevin Gray has tweeted that, Mel Kiper and McShay have their final mocks. Dalton Kincaid at number 26, according to Kiper, and Luke Musgrave at 26, according to McShay. How do you feel about the tight end group?
Wait a minute. Whoa. How did Luke get all the way up there, y'all? What's happening? How did Luke get way up there? I can see Dalton Kincaid, but hey, you call him Band-Aid Kincaid? Well, what is Luke then? Let's listen to what he's going to say. I do love the mock drafts. That's why I can't wait for tonight, man. All of this mock draft stuff will be gone. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. All of this mock draft stuff will be gone, baby. Let's go.
I mean, they could use a tight end. I think this sounds like it's an exceptional group. I love Kincaid. I've seen him a few times. And the kid Mayer from Notre Dame is supposed to be an even more overall accomplished player, and it's clear, if you keep your antenna up, that they're on Musgrave. They like him, and here's the main thing for me is I trust them.
Yeah, you gotta trust them.
Who they think will be available in the second round. So, if you say that Musgrave is clearly better than anyone who's going to be there tomorrow or the next day, then if that's your guy, go ahead and take him. I do know that Kincaid is a really eye-opening pass-catching weapon.
Brad, when you look at the press conference this week and the way they were talking about Mike McCarthy's involvement and, he's going to be calling the offense this year, I know that Jerry says that, hey, we want the coaches to be involved. That's the type of collaborative process that I want to build together, is that the coaches have a voice in there. I know Mike McCarthy had said in a couple interviews before he came to Dallas that he didn't necessarily want to buy the groceries, that he was okay just cooking the meal. Do you think that even though that is something that the Cowboys are willing to give over to him, do you think he's going to have a big voice in the room, or do you think he'll say, hey, we're just going to trust what the scouts' work was here?
Hey, according to Jerry Jones, Mike McCarthy had his hand into the mix of drafting CeeDee Lamb, y'all.
Oh no, I think, Bobby, that he'll pipe up. I mean,
pipe it up.
I think he may have felt that way because he was reasonably successful in Green Bay without even getting a chance to hand over the grocery list. Mm-hmm. I mean, they just weren't very much involved, not nearly the way. And what Jerry and Stephen have both said publicly about having the coaches involved this weekend, that's no different than the last 3 years. That's really no different than the last multiple years after that. But I think that if I would hope that, and frankly expect, that McCarthy understands that they're at a place where they're a pretty good team, and his family likes living here. And if he wants to continue to live and work here, then they've got to have measurable, sustainable success.
Measurable. Appreciate that word there. Love it. All right, so shout out to Frederick. Let's go, Cowboys Nation, Law Nation. Let's get it, man. Appreciate you so much for that. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Let's go.
And he doesn't strike me as the kind of guy who would pass up an opportunity to contribute by voicing his opinion. I don't think he's going to sit by and say, whatever you guys say is okay with me. I think he'll pipe up.
So you said, I know you said that there's a lot of places they could go. Is there a particular place you would not go in this first round?
I'm not sure, RJ, from what I haven't watched tape like a lot of guys do, but, it doesn't look like there are many safeties who would be worth that high pick. I think there are other positions. There's offensive tackles, maybe some guards. I think the running back is questionable. I don't think Bijan Robinson's going to be there. That's a pipe dream. And now then, is there somebody worth it besides him, and how much better is that guy than who's there tomorrow? So I would say that probably would surprise me a little bit, unless they just fall in love with a guy. But I think running back today, unless it was Robinson, would be something that might be a little bit of a surprise. But that depends on how the board falls. You guys know, you read enough of these mocks and your eyes cross. But after a while, you get to this point, and you can kind of sense what the consensus is on a lot of guys. And then the other thing we know from experience is there are going to be some big surprises.
Yeah.
There are going to be a couple of people there who they didn't think would be there, and fans didn't think would be there, and that's how they got C.D. Lamb. And I just know this, that you have to take the long view, not as a fan, but if you're doing it for a living. It's a 3-day draft, not just tonight. So, Jake Ferguson was a 4th-round pick, and Prescott was a 4th-round pick, and Tony Pollard was a 4th-round pick, and Marion Barber was a 4th-round. That's Saturday. So part of the work that you do in putting your board together is making a calculated gamble on who you think is going to be there when you come up, or what it'll cost you to move, either on Friday or Saturday. That dictates it. So that's why, to me, running back would be a little bit of a surprise.
All right, so just unbelievable, great analysis from the mighty Brad Sham. To listen to that full interview, just click on the link that I provided right here in the chat area. Shout out to 105.3 The Fan for all and everything that they do for the nation. Tonight they will be live. I think they kick off and start off at 6 o'clock for the draft viewing. Over here, we're going to do the same. I think around 6, 7 o'clock, we're going to do some things. I don't know whether or not my guy Balls Cowboy Sports in the OC, we were going to be at Walk-Ons at the one in the Colony. Yeah, we were going to be there, but I can't make it all the way up that way. I'm in South Dallas, so I can't just drive all the way up that way. But tonight, so I really appreciate those boys. If they do go out that way and be live out there, be sure to check them out. I know that there will be other guys doing shows and things like that. So we'll figure out what we would do later on tonight to celebrate and be victorious and all of those things. But I would tell you guys that whoever we pick with the 26th spot, or if we slide back, is going to be the most talked about. If there is a draft day trade or something like that, I'm going to lose my mind if it's DeForest Buckner. Those things could be phenomenal. Also, shout out to my guy, Jay Tuck. I think he's at the draft. Shout out to my girl, Ashley Baker. She's at the draft. I think Mark Holmes and a whole bunch of other people, they are at the draft. Let me see if I can find Jay Tuck right quick. He's been doing a remarkable job out there. I think he got a chance to speak to Jordan Addison, as well as speak to he all dressed up, spiffy Tuck. I think he got a chance to speak with Bijan Robinson too. So he's out there in the mix, still campaigning for tight end or for Quentin Johnson. So he's out there speaking to a lot of people, getting it out of the mud. Shout out to him. And in these sorts of things. So shout out to Jay Tuck, man. Make sure when he go live, y'all support the brother, CFO Sports, and all of our guys, man. West Coast, he's out there as well. Sadiq says the West Coast, he's out there. So be sure to support him, reach out to him, and we may pipe him in, the live feed when he's out there. So it just depends on how everything goes as far as this. And I love what we're doing here in these spaces, being able to have people to be at various locations, and you guys get a chance to see that. I tell y'all, shoot, when my little ones get a little bit older, shoot, Law Nation going to be out there at these events. But, I got little ones, man. They super tiny. So I started late with mine. Some of my classmates, they little ones, 24 and 25. I'm like, God, dog, they grown. Yeah, they graduated with their master's degree, law. And I say, for real? Landlord, he's out there. Ooh, look, y'all let me know who all out there so I won't leave their names out. But in the meantime, in the between time, we still gonna get it. We still gonna give y'all some analysis. And y'all think I ain't, you got another one for you. We gonna talk about this. DMV out there. Yes, indeed. LT said ain't nothing wrong with starting a little late. As long as you start, though. Yes, indeed. There's my phone number right there. Call my line, the hotline for your mind. They be looking for me, too. You be using the restroom, you're trying to get away. The restroom is the only place I can get away. And then you'll still see hands shooting up under the door. Daddy, daddy, daddy. You be seeing little hands up under the door. They don't care what you smell like or none of that, Yeah, when you have some ones, man, that want to be with you, they'll figure it out. Powerheads Media, appreciate them. This episode is brought to you by Power Hands. There's phone line for your mind, the hotline, 657-390-7391. We doing giveaways. Check the link out that's in the description box. We're giving away three gifts, man. So 3 lucky winners will be getting some merch. And I can't wait, y'all, to see the smiles on your faces on anyone who wins. But it is what it is. It's a Action Power. Hey, I forgot about your Action Power. But, you see them heads up under the door. Daddy. Daddy. Mama being me, we want to be with you. I know it. Come on. Come on. Let's go.
There are 5 participants in the conference. Please announce yourself.
Law Nation. All right. I got my guy with the plan. 202 Glenn, you're live, Law.
Hey, what's good, Law? Happy draft day to you.
Happy draft day to you, man. Who do you want? Who do you want?
So I'll just go ahead and come clean. I really have not had the chance to really follow all the prospects. There was a time when I was a lot better at this, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I know these players. But the one thing that I do think, and I want to get your thoughts on it, you kind of alluded to it just now or just a minute ago. I think the Cowboys need to be open. Maybe not with that first pick. I think with that first pick, I get it. You want to make sure you control rights to those first-round players. But after that first-round pick, I think we need to be open to a trade so that we can get a defensive tackle. The more and more I look at this team, you want to take best player available for sure. But I think with this particular team, I think we have a 2-year window that we need to say, you know what? I mean, we've had a window open really prior to this, but I think that defensive tackle needs to be addressed. And I think if we can trade from the second round on, just be willing to be open to getting a guy that we can put on that defensive line, and maybe they're not Pro Bowler, but they're maybe right on that line from being a Pro Bowl caliber player, but a guy who can definitely come in.
A guy with grit and nastiness.
And plug that hole. Absolutely. To pair with Hankins. I just think that to me is where this team has been lacking for a long time. What are your thoughts on that?
Man, me and you are on the same page. I think that it would be better to get a guy with grit, nastiness, someone when you have inefficiencies at a spot, you kind of fabricate it, right? So the Cowboys and Dan Quinn philosophy fabricates it with twist stunts. And the only thing about it, there's nothing wrong with twist, but the problem is if it's like a good counter. If the team hit right, then they're going to gash you for 15 to 20 yards. And there's a reason why we were ranked 22nd against the run last season, because we were trying to fabricate some of that with our guys to create pressure in the inside. The two guys on the outside, D-Law and Parsons, they were the number one, I think ranked number 1 and number 3, respectfully, being double teamed. That means that the middle of the field, one-on-ones, we didn't eat. We need to figure out ways to eat in the inside and make them pay for that.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think if you try and say, well, we can draft a defensive tackle, listen, the way I look at this is that, to me, one of the most difficult positions to really get a guy who can plug and play is defensive line. I think you're going to be looking to wait a couple years, get the peanut butter and all that. We don't have time for all that when it comes to this particular position. And so that's why I'm adamant about getting a proven commodity and take some of the guesswork, because when we come out of this draft, I don't care how we do it, whether it's draft, trade, but we need at least 3 guys who we hit on. And assuming we hit on that first round pick, which I believe will be an offensive lineman, and I totally believe that that's the way we should go. But again, I'll defer to the best player available and how the board falls. But if we can hit on that first round pick, make another trade somewhere in this draft, I'll count that as a player we hit on, and then we have plenty of more picks to hit, and you may hit twice, because historically, I think if a team out of a draft can hit on 3 players, you've had a successful draft. And I just think that just be open to the trade. I think that's going to make all the difference. One last question before I get off. I think this team needs another wide receiver, and I don't hear enough people talking about it. I look at the way this roster is constructed. I love the trade for not Hicks.
Cooks.
What's the receiver we got from Hughes? Cooks.
Yeah, Cooks. Yeah,
Brandon Cooks. Obviously, we got CD. That's a great duo. But here's the thing: if something happens to one of those players, guys get nicked up, guys get hurt. I don't want to have to depend on Gallup. I'm sorry. I'd love to be able to move on from Gallup. It's probably impossible, but I think we need another wide receiver. And is that going to be a post-June 1st acquisition? I think we need another receiver. And I don't think draft is necessarily what we can rely on. I'm not opposed to drafting a wide receiver, but we need a guy that we can, a proven commodity, another receiver. What are your thoughts on that? And I'll hang up and listen. Great show as usual.
No doubt, man. Shout out to Glenn. My thing is with wide receivers, I think we're gonna draft a wide receiver this year in the draft. But for a known commodity versus the unknown, that should have been the Brandon Cook situation. He's the known commodity. Now, granted, scheme will help, not having your wide receivers that's coming off of an ACL or injuries or what have you, or recoveries to pivot, stop come back to the ball multiple times with hook routes, button hooks, or what have you. This could alleviate just some common sense stuff, right? That even Mike McCarthy alluded to. So I get all of that. So that's why I think that the Cowboys 30-day visits or 30 visits, what have you, it were primarily a lot of wide receivers. So there's not a lot of smoke and mirrors with that. I think that they are really going to look into drafting offensive line, wide receivers. They're going to draft a DB. Those are areas whereas we can all say, and they're going to draft a linebacker. So those are things that they're going to do. And even for those who say, well, hey, what about quarterback? I think that they will draft a quarterback too, right? They're going to do their due diligence. And but far as a wide receiver, a veteran guy that you can bring on in outside of Brandon Cooks, if it's not a draft day trade, like a DK Metcalf today or something like that, it could be another veteran guy. It could be reaching back into that bag and saying, T.Y., I know you're 33, finna be 34 now, but we need some guys to come out here for camp to teach these youngins, if we don't get a chance to draft a certain wide receiver. So, yeah, so those situations, here's what I was making right quick. I want to make this chart so you guys can see it. And this was the Cowboys rankings last year, broken down a little bit better than what we used to see it as far as from PFF. So this is actually from, I believe, CBS, how they kind of got it. And I love it where they break it down so it can be more visible for you, when you look at this, just as a casual fan, right? You say, okay, all right, here's the Cowboys. Here's where they was ranked at. Overall on offense, 11. Overall on defense, 12th. Rushing, 9th. Passing, 18th. And we didn't do as good as we normally do in passing. Defense, rushing, 22nd. Passing, 8th. We did a whole lot better in passing for what we used to do in the past. We just need to have these things to start matching, believe it or not. So I think that the Cowboys, when you look back at this, offensive line play, we can improve on that. Interior defensive line, we can improve on that. Those categories will make us a whole lot better. It will. So let's go, Cowboy Nation. I got another caller from the 903. You're live.
Hey, what's good, y'all?
Not much, man. Holla at me.
Oh, man, just waiting on this draft. Come on, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Stuff like that, cooking it up.
No doubt.
Right, but say, I think we need to do the right guard. Cause there's something that's telling me they need to do a right guard. They're gonna do a right guard for the first pick. Cowboys been doing defense here lately.
Right.
They did Micah. In what year? I forgot.
Oh, you said 2021.
Yeah, he did Micah in 2021. Then they did another person, another defensive player. Tyler. Yeah, he did Tyler in 2022. So
yeah,
and see, they done showed up everything through the free agency. They got Gilly.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't really need no corner. You know what I'm saying? If they just want to get one. But
well, Gilly is a Band-Aid, right? He's a bridge.
Right.
He's not going to be here for a long stay, just for a little night. You're going to have him out there. So whoever we draft, we better draft someone that can learn from him and take over.
Right. But say, Lau, that's all I had, man. And hey, I want to ask you something. I think I just sent you two super chats. They weren't on your screen, so I don't know if you got them or not. I just want to make sure you got them. I just sent you two super chats. So check it out.
What did it say, man? What's your name on the?
Dallas Cowboy hard hitter.
Hard hitter.
Yeah, I just sent you two super chats. They ain't pop up on your screen.
They ain't pop up on there. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you wanted to say in those super chats? Because I don't see them at all.
It wasn't too nothing. It wasn't nothing. I just super chatted something,
Hey, man, I really appreciate it, bro, for all that you do for the nation. I thank you, man. If YouTube decide to send them over, man, salute to YouTube. So help me get out to Oxnard. We independent over here, and I appreciate you. Every coin counts. All right.
Already, man.
Yes, indeed, bro. Salute. Yes, indeed. Appreciate him for all that he do for the nation, and just the support goes a long way, not a short way. Let's go to the next caller. AB out of Arlington, man. You live.
What it do, man? What it do?
Not much, bro.
And going crazy the last week, man. All of your stuff has been excellent.
I appreciate it, bro.
All right, man. So last time they said I was kind of sleepy. They said, man, this guy needs more energy. This guy needs some more energy. So I'm coming with the energy today.
Okay.
So, man, first thing, I think we ought to go with the tight end first round. I want the guy from Notre Dame, Michael Mayer.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he's going to be that dynamic, safety net that Dak has been needing, that he hasn't been able to really rely upon.
Right.
Since Denton has been gone. And, yeah, we've been having journeyman tight ends all this time. And they've been doing okay, but it's something about when you got that one guy that you can say, hey, the play is failing. Let me turn to him and let's make a play.
Right.
So I believe that guy is going to be, if he's on the board at that point,
mm-hmm.
I believe, and you got that nastiness. I heard you talking about that nastiness.
Nastiness.
Hey,
Yeah.
get the ball, run through somebody's chest, and make a play. So, I really would like to add him today. If not, then I would definitely try to shore up some offensive line. I'm not sure big on the offensive line, guys. I've been looking at tight ends and receivers the last week.
Mm-hmm.
But second round, I would like the guy, Devin A-Chain from Texas A&M.
Okay.
Dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
Olympic speed. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, gig 'em.
We don't know if our running back is going to come back after the ankle injury.
Yeah.
So let's bring some speed onto the field with Devon A-Chain. And I'd like to hear your opinion on those two picks, boss.
No doubt, man. AB, let me tell you, I thank you for calling in. And, hey, you brought the energy today. Appreciate you for calling. Yes, indeed, man. All right, so first and foremost, the Cowboys position themselves in a not need type of category, right? A-Chain, I would like him at 90, juxtaposed to 58. But if he's there at 58 and the Cowboys want to pick him up at 58, I know he's a tinier size or smaller size running back, but I'm looking at him not as an isolated pick. I'm looking at him like, hey, we got lightning, no thunder, but we got a lot of lightning on this team. So somebody finna be bolted up when we play them, But I can tell you that Rojo mixed in with my guy, what's this guy name? Malik Davis, Tony Pollard, and then you bring in A-Chain. That's a healthy meal, man. That's a lightning quick meal. And especially A-Chain is no one to sneeze at once he bounces to the outside. And you looking at it from that aspect of it, whereas you got explosiveness on the team, you got grit. You may have a smaller size, but dog it is nothing like having teams to try to counter your deal. Because if they try to go big when you are small, then you're eating them up. And then when they try to go small with you, then you can still eat them up because speed do kill. So not a lot of teams have the ability to match that up as it relates to their personnel. So I look at it from that aspect of it. Now, as far as Michael Mayer, Dalton Kincaid, Sam Laporta, Luke Musgrave, all of those tight ends. Who else? I'm leaving out one of those, Darnell Washington. If it's one of those guys for the 26th pick, I would have to go and fall back to what Brad Sham said. Don't look at the draft as only as it been the 26th pick. Wait, look at the complete puzzle. Wait till after Saturday. Some people scoffed and got angry and were mad about the Parsons pick. But now you can't find that person to say, hey, man, I'm angry about that Parsons pick. Everybody love Parsons now. Everybody, mama, because, yeah, man, I knew he was going to be. If you say, hey, if you're a day one Parsons guy, put D1 if you're a day one Parsons guy. It took me about day 3, day 4. Maybe day 5 for me to fall into saying, okay, yeah, I'm a Parsons guy now. But I wasn't day 1. I had to look at the complete picture. But let me see if y'all day one Parsons guys. You know what I'm saying? You know, everybody love Parsons now. You know what I'm saying? They didn't love him at first. You know, they were mad. Some people were moving stuff around. I got Chris. You're live.
Hey, what's up, Law?
Not much, man. Holla at me, man. Talk to me.
All right. But if I were to have to choose someone, I think we should get in the first round. Definitely, I think we should get Will McDonald.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that after watching that interview that Lombardi had, it really sparked my interest in making me want to get him. I just saw on Twitter that the Commanders came out and said that they're willing to trade in the draft Chase Young or Montez Sweat. I think that would be crazy. I don't think Chase Young would be worth it because there's a lot of uncertainties. But a Montez Sweat, if we were to trade for a Montez Sweat, I think that would be big. I don't know. How do you feel about that?
Montez Sweat. Let me look up his. I know he's a hell of a guy. He's a Mississippi State guy. He's a Mississippi boy. You know how I love my Mississippi boys. I think that he's been pretty good for the Washington team in the last few years. He had 8 sacks last season. Let me look at what he had. 5 sacks the season before. 9 sacks. So yeah. I mean, he's good. He's going to be good for us. But what would they be willing? No, he's an edge guy. He's an edge guy.
Okay.
Yeah, but
I thought he was a D tackle by that.
But he can play you some 3. I don't have to look at more of his tape, but I've seen him more of an edge.
Tackle, that would be dope. Because if he's D end, we could just get like a Will McDonald or someone else in the draft. But I would really like a, Gibbs, because I highly doubt Bijan is going to be that 26. And even if we don't get Gibbs and we get like an Acade in the 3rd or something like that, that'd be dope. We definitely need to get a wide receiver. I'm a big Josh Downs, JSN, and Zay Flowers guy. I like all 3 of those guys. Or maybe Mims, but that's someone you'd have to get. That's like, I don't know. I don't think he's shown enough to be like a 2nd or 3rd round pick. He'd probably be like a 4th or 5th.
4th or 5th.
From the highlights I saw, he was a dog. We definitely need to get a kicker later in the draft in like a 6th or 7th. There's some good kickers. I watched a video on YouTube, but there's some good
ass kickers, yeah. Well, we'll find out, man. And one thing I can tell you, man, it's a different world when them lights on, right? We had Jonathan Garibay last year, and we were like, yeah, this man got a good foot. He was hitting everything. And then out there in Oxnard, he couldn't hit water if he fell off a boat, So we'll find out, man. I appreciate you, Chris. Thank you so much for your insights.
I'll talk to y'all later.
No doubt, man. Good call from Chris. All right, so Montez Sweat by the Washington trying to shop him. They trying to shore up some of that money that they paid for the big boy down inside. So D-Ron Payne. So they trying to see what they can get. I think that they put the 5th-year option on Chase, right? Chase. So I would say this for Montez Sweat. Shout out to him. 8 to 9 sacks last season, and the season before that 5. And then when healthy, he's 8 to 9 sack guy. He would bring a lot to the table for that, but it's all depending on what they'd be willing to give up or want. So that's how this will work for us. And maybe it is what it is. Marvin says no, they don't, Law. I feel you on that. I got my guy, man, from the 915, man, Alfonso, man. You live.
What's up, Law Nation? It's Alfonso, your friend from El Paso. You already know how it is. Draft day, Johnny Manziel, let's go.
Yo, what you got, man, for the show?
So, draft targets, I have my little board ready. O-line, tight end, corner, running back. QB is like a backup, right? So, I think the Cowboys at the 26th pick are either going to pick the tight end, because everybody's talking about the tight end from Notre Dame, Michael May, or they're going to pick the O-line, I guess like a Spanish name.
Steve Avila?
Steve Avila.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. they're going for Steve Avila or Michael May. So you let me know, La, what do you think they're going to go for?
Well, if I had an option between the two, it's gonna be hard, man. Oh my gosh, I like Avila's mentality and his nastiness. If we hit right on that, that will give us some cushion for 7 to 8 years with him. I would say go with Avila if that's high on their board. But as far as Michael, I would say the Cowboys could find another talent similar in the third round or fourth round. So I would say give me Steve Avila. And I know someone can say, well, you can do the same with O-line. But I just like the nastiness, the grit that he would bring to the table. With all of that being said, what about this? You can trade back, and maybe you can scoop up both of them. You know, that's how I look at it.
That's true. That's true. Hey, hopefully, my number one pick would be Mr. Bijan Robinson.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to be off the board by then, so I think we'll make a run for wide receiver on the second round. But either way, it's draft day. I'm excited. I'll take a shot for you, and then you already know when the season starts, I'll see you at Dallas. We'll watch the game. Let's get it.
Let's get it, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Of course, PPC, put up with your Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys, man? Puro Pinche Cowboys, man. That's my guy right there. Puro Pinche Cowboys. All right, so we moving along pretty good, man. We got my guy from the 757. You're live. Banks.
Law, what's good, man?
None much,
I'm
man.
glad you're on, man. I'm out here in this Atlanta traffic, man. Trying to get on this truck. Yeah, man. Yeah, trying to get set up for the draft. But, man, as far as I'm just hoping tonight, man, I guys who I hope they get. I just hope they go best available. But as far as me wanting a player there, man, I became a Jahmyr Gibbs fan, man, lately, man. And if he there, I would like to get him at 26, personally. But probably the least favorite pick to me would be a tight end. But just going off Dallas MO the last few years, man, I think they made a living, and they probably feel like they made a living off that mid-round tight end.
Yeah.
Even going back to the great Jason Witten. But you know what I'm saying? But just look at over here, Schultz. I think they feel like they got, look at Dak, man. These late rank just look at Dalton Schultz, man, coming in. He wasn't a big receiving tight end coming in like that, but that pretty much made him better. And I feel like they might feel I think they might feel the same about Ferguson and Hendershot and so on. But if they do decide to get a tight end in the draft, I would like maybe around second or third, man. I think we probably could pick up a guy like Laporta in the second, man. But but as long as they go best available, whoever
BPA,
that may be,
yeah,
best available, man. So that's just what I'm looking forward to. And maybe, man, the last few years, man, I felt like we got some, guys fall right to us. I wasn't big on the Tyler Smith pick, but look how that turned out. Like CD and Micah, but hopefully, somebody drop to us, man, that we wouldn't expect, and then they'll scoop them up. But that's just how I'm feeling about it.
No doubt, man.
I'm ready for later, man.
Man, me too, man. I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this whole weekend to be over with, and then we'll hear the real analysis from me, man. But for right now, it's like, Law, what do you feel about this? What do you feel about that? And I'm like, dude, I don't have the time nor the day to pierce open like 24 hours of tape of studying guys. But once I'm crazy, man. I'm flat out crazy, fam. When a player gets drafted to us, I'm going to know his mama name, his daddy name, if he got 2 kids already, you know what I'm saying? Or if he got brother and sister, I'm digging so deep, you know what I'm saying? That I like to know that part. So whoever we draft tonight, trust and believe, I'm gonna know everything about them, But, some people are enthusiastic to go ahead and do that on the front end for all 200 some odd players right now, or 300 players. And I don't have that type of passion for it right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Like you said, man, I'm just ready for it to be over, man.
Yeah.
Whoever it may be, whoever we pick, you're gonna have people that like it, people that don't. So you can talk to we all turn blue in the face about it. Who they should
Right.
get. But until it's done, you're not gonna be happy with somebody. Somebody's not gonna be happy with somebody we got. So let's just see how it go, man.
No
but
doubt,
hopefully
bro.
they make the best pick, and I trust them. They've been doing that for years.
No doubt,
all right,
man.
Law.
Appreciate you, bro. Good call from him, man. I hope y'all get with what I'm saying, right? It's like there's an analytical an analysis that you can pull from a player and then defend them. So what y'all gonna get from me is a mixture of fan law and the analytical law. And I'm gonna learn pick up a player. And most people will look at a player and they only look at the flaws, right? I'm going to be the guy to look at all of what he can do, And I think that even I love the way Prime said it. I'm going to see if I can find that clip of how Dion said that he liked to break down players. He said what he's going to do is when he break down players, he's not going to say what they're not. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to tell them what they can't do. He's not going to try to put them in a box. But what he is going to say is what they done for him, right? So he's not – what Prime basically is saying is that he's not going to sully the player. He's going to speak good things about the player. He's going to give them hope, even if they're leaving somewhere. Let me see if I can find it because this is very important, man, on how you view things. And I kind of fall right into that of how I do my analysis. Let me see. No, that's not him right here. I'm going to find it, though. I'm going to find it. Y'all bear with me. Yeah, Prime been working over there, boy. Because he had to release some guys, man, that weren't happy. Let me see if he can say it.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, I love this. I'm proud of y'all, man. I'm proud of y'all. I don't know how it's going to end, but I'm proud of y'all.
All right, this is him talking about that. Hold on, I'm going to find it, y'all. Y'all bear with me, man. We're going to let some people on the phone some more. Man, if I can't find that speech. I hope it's right here, though. I can't find it, man. When I find it, bro, I promise y'all I'm going to share it with y'all, and y'all can put it into y'all mental. Because too many people like to define the player for what they think that they will be instead of who they are. So, look, lean on that aspect for we can literally say this dude gonna be trash all day, and 9 times out of 10 that's 50-50. 50% of chance that he will be trash, but there's also 50% of the chance that he will be the diamond out of the rough. So those are ways that I look at. I look at the diamond part of it. All right, Rico Suave from the 919. You're live.
What's going on, Lo?
Not much, man. Holler at me, bro.
First of all, I just didn't you say your mother was fighting cancer?
Yes, she's in the battle of it, in the thick
I
of
just
it.
want to send my prayers out there. I lost my father to it, so I want this first I'll say my prayers go out to you.
Condolences out to you too.
Yeah. Second off, congratulations for that 1,000 too, man.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. I appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir. But anyway, I listen to you and Boss, and a lot of the Cowboys content guys on YouTube, and I listen to some of the writers and 1.53. When I look at this draft, I think this draft is going to be it's a draft where I think Mike McConnell's going to get a lot to say. Because this is a year where he really has to prove it, do his thing, because he did it last year.
Right.
And when I look at that, I look at this team overall, and I go back to that playoff game. When Pollard went down, we didn't have nobody with CD. So, when you look at this team don't really have a lot of big holes because in all season, Stephen Jones did a good job for the first time in a long time.
True.
So I'm looking at this team as a win now mode. So when I look at this draft and I look at win now mode and I look at Mike McCarthy trying to earn his second contract, this team lacks explosive. And I can see why he want Michael Myers if one of the tight ends, especially Michael Myers, because Mike McCarthy said, I keep hearing this in his head, he believes in finding mismatches.
Yeah.
And this kid can cause some mismatch. Because he's a big kid. He kind of reminds you of Gronk a little bit. I see a little Gronk and Jason Whitney.
They call him Baby Gronk.
If this board get washed, the one player that I think Dallas should get, in my opinion, and the reason why is Gibbs from Alabama. Because to me, you're killing two birds with one stone. Because I think if two receivers drop, I think if Addison or that boy from Ohio drop, I think Dallas to try to move up and get one of them, or that old line from Tennessee.
Right.
But Gibbs, you're killing two birds with something because one, he can run the ball and he can come out the backfield.
Yeah.
He reminds me of McCaffrey, but just more explosive.
Yeah.
And then two, the last thing I'm gonna say, Pollard. I think this is the last year we don't have Pollard. If Pollard isn't right because of his leg, or if Pollard have a big year, he don't want that money, and we know how that goes.
Yeah. It's a setup for that, and I think that Pollard will bounce back. I think that his psyche and his mentality is built for him to bounce back, and the Cowboys are gambling with that, and then it's just how it goes, the Cowboys' way.
Yeah, that's what I said. If he bounce back and have a good year, I don't think Dallas is going to tag him again.
They're going to have to pay him, and that's the trap. That's the trap right there.
And I don't think Dallas is going to pay another running back big money. The running back market now is going to hit for a minute.
Yeah.
And when I look at Jamal Gibbs, it goes back to what my man said a little bit earlier with A-Chain. But what I like Gibbs better than A-Chain is if Pollard ain't ready, Gibbs give you that Pollard dynamic of running the football.
Yeah.
And if Gibbs is if Pollard is healthy, you got explosion. Because if CD go down or Cook go down, Gibbs and Pollard together, that's when I look at Mike McCarthy and Schottenheimer and say, look, figure out how to get these two guys on the field. Because you can play, in my opinion, Gibbs in the slot. So.
Yeah, and I feel exactly what you're saying, right? You're looking for playmakers, you're looking for weapons. If you think about it, so many people are saying that, hey, who's going to stay back and block? You need somebody to block. Well, the final four teams that was left in the final games, right, of the playoffs. Name me the running back that they had to block. Right?
Not now one.
No, everybody was like for the Eagles. Like, who's their blocking running back? Right? You're not asking Miles to block. You're not asking Gainwell, and you definitely ain't asking Scott to block. Right? Nor were you asking anybody on the Kansas City Chiefs to block. I get the trap aspect of it, of looking for the person to block. So just get you a guy that can make some plays.
Because if we'd have had Gibbs last year, and Pollard would have broke his leg. Because I feel like if Pollard would have broke his leg, we might have won that game.
I think we'd have found a resurgence. Yeah.
We'd have had another back like Pollard or Gibbs.
Yeah.
Then it wouldn't have been all on CD. You see what I'm saying?
No doubt, man. I appreciate you for calling in, Rico. Thank you so much, man.
Yes, sir. And my prayers go out to you again, my man.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you. You know, and shout out to Mom, man. You know, that's what I'm trying to say, y'all. It is always like, hey, you know, we need. Hey, but what is everybody else doing too, right? But I get what most people are saying. I understand how you guys are feeling everything about, hey, we need this and need that. But a third of that also goes with scheme. When you have scheme in place and you have a philosophy, principles, you could have had me out there to catch one of those touchdowns in the Kansas City Chiefs game. You know, it was so wide open. Scheme. So that's why I said even for the 2023 season, every enemy, we would see how much scheme he's going to bring to the table, because Gibson, he's no one to sneeze at as it relates to their running back, I believe. Brian Robinson, I believe. Robinson over there, he's no one to sneeze at as far as their running back. And Jahan Dotson and Curtis, and as well as Terry McLaurin. Ain't nothing to sneeze at. And Logan, you know, he's a decent to good tight end over there. So we're going to have our hands full. From the 254, you're live from Waco. Is this John? Who is it?
From the 5-4, you live. Wake up.
Yo. All right, call back 254. We got from the 469. What's on your mind?
What's going on, Long Nation?
Nothing to it, Chief. Holler at me. Yep, holler at me.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. So, it's time for predictions, man. It's the draft time. And I got a hell of a couple. Number one, I strongly feel like the Cowboys are going to get wiped out at tackle. The tackle's going to go early. With that being said, I believe Bijan Robinson is going to be gone. And I don't believe he's going to Atlanta. Atlanta's going to go get them a receiver. That's what they're going to do. So, I believe once that 26th pick come around, there's going to be 2 players still on that draft board. I believe Gibbs will be there, and I believe Quinn Johnson, wide receiver from TCU, will be there. And I got a feeling the Cowboys are going to go with Quinn Johnson. I would like for them to go with Gibbs. This is fine above the draft, by the way. That's my YouTube Twitter handle.
Okay. Let me see expound on this right quick. Hold on. Let me go to my chart line. Just give me 1 second here. Shouldn't take long at all. Boom. And you said you believe that the tackle's going to go, right?
Yes.
So you mean to tell me before the 26th spot, Skoronski, Paris Johnson, Broderick Jones, Darnell Wright, Anton Harrison, all going to be gone. Even Bergeron and Cody Mock, all of those guys going to be gone. And I didn't even include the offensive line. All right, so write those down, right? Okay. That's 1, 2, 3. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 8 because you got D1 Jones. So that's 8 guys, right? 8 guys. And let me go to interior. Let me just play this game with you. Hold on. Where my interior? They must have included them all. Okay, no, they didn't. Okay, here we go. All right, and then you got Osiris Torrance, Steve Avila, and John Michael Smith. You think all of those guys going to be gone before the 26th spot? That's 9, 10, 11 guys. You think 11 teams going to draft tackle and offensive lineman before the 26th spot?
I do know, but let me explain to you the reason why.
Yo, you give it to me.
Yeah, so we already know this draft is back-end heavy, right? In the first-round pick, you got the best possibility of drafting a sure thing with the offensive lineman. So these teams is going to, with already part-time quarterbacks, is going to draft up them tackles and put them at tackle or guard. But that's what they're going to do. All the good ones are going to be gone by the time we get there. I'm telling y'all, these teams are going to get receivers and running backs in the second and the third round. I'm telling you, that's how it's going to go. And the Cowboys is going to end up with a best BPA. I played BPA, like you said a couple shows ago you did. I played BPA right there with you all. And I don't like for them to get Gibbs, but I believe they're going to go with Quentin Johnson, wide receiver TCU, which I wouldn't be mad at, but I believe that's just what they're going to do.
TCU, Quentin Johnson. Oh, I wouldn't be mad at it at all. Shoot, especially how things is falling around. But you know, there's a strong chance that Zay Flower, Jordan Addison, Darnell Wright, and Nolan Smith, and maybe Michael Mayers will be there. So yeah, you're right. Quentin Johnson, if he's there, then you got to grab him. But I feel you what you're saying. Yep.
Yeah, and I got one more point before you let me go. I know you're busy, but I'm on the road with this one, man. Now, I know you're a very educated man, but let me just give you a little information on one thing. Washington Commanders declined Chase Young, 5th-year option.
They declined. Okay. I only briefly looked at it, so they declined it.
It's okay. I saw it on Twitter when the news broke on it. So they declined, and what they said was to make him hungry and motivated. Hungry and motivated to leave. That's all they did to him. So with that being said, I know we want to get us a big boy in the middle. But I don't feel like the value was there. I like the D tackle from Texas, but I feel like he's going to be gone by the time we get to the 15th pick. So with that being said, what I feel like we should do, trade a second, maybe a third for
Chase Young.
You have him.
Yes, sir. And you put Chase Young and Williams and Dorrance Armstrong and et cetera, but you put him there. Then what that allows is frees up Micah from having to play so much DN, and he can come back to being a true hybrid, which is what we all want Micah to be, a hybrid player. Because I'm afraid that by year 7, Parsons might be a little toe up physically if they keep playing him at the end so much the way they are. So go get you a true guy that can anchor down that right side or the left side, because Chase Young can play both sides. And, man, that frees up Michael to put him wherever you want. And then that'll help our linebackers in the middle. Because Michael, again, is a hybrid linebacker, not a defensive end.
You know what it is? You know what it is collectively?
Mm-hmm.
It said make them hungry. No, they looking at it like this dude been hurt every year. Only gave you one season, whereas he was able to impact the game, and he had 6 sacks that season, right?
And
so
that's why you trade for him, because a player like that, he gonna come to Dallas with that throwing himself with a point to prove.
But what if he's hurt guy again? That's the thing. And you traded away your future, and they double back. They double back and get that money, to get that pick to solidify their end.
Law, I don't know if you heard or saw the clip from Giannis Antetokounmpo from yesterday.
Yeah.
In sports, it's nothing but a game of chance.
True.
Damn money don't make money.
A powerful response by him too. I was gonna play that today. I was gonna play that audio because they asked him, "Is he a failure?" You know, and he said the same thing. Well, I failure. He asked me the same question last year. I loved it. Yeah, flat out, dude. But man, you're a good call, bro. You're a good call, man, and I appreciate you for recirculating my mind on what they did with Chase Young. I can't wait to see, man, how this all gonna work out, man. But you're right. It's all about a game of chances. Mm-hmm.
Listen, man, I've been supporting you since the first time you popped up on my YouTube channel, man.
Mm-hmm.
I've been subscribed to you for almost 2 years now, man.
Wow.
I watch all your content. When I don't catch you live, I go back and watch when I'm laying in the bed at night, man. I got my fiance on you. Congratulations on reaching 100K and counting, man. She's doing you. I got one more thing I got to say with the Cowboy Nation. Let y'all nuts hang.
Yeah.
Draft day, let's go. Cowboy Nation, stand the fuck up, and I'm out.
Yes.
Damn.
That's a good call from him, man. Appreciate it, man. Y'all stand up. Yeah. Y'all getting ready. Whoa. Yes, indeed. Sport. Oh, my God. Smoke 14. Yeah, for you, baby. Appreciate you. Pretty much Smoke one for you, right? He says, Law, this is my money on the draft, bro. I'm blessing you like I did Scott. Put it on the right. Gibbs in the first, and Henley and wide receiver second. See y'all tonight, bro. And stop thief. Taking pics, sir. Salute. Appreciate you, man. Let me give you another one of those, man.
Damn.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it. Appreciate you, man. Smoke one for you. Pretty much what
smoke weed every day.
What my guy was saying that earlier about Chase Young is basically
Sacrifice. Don't give up the fight. Everything will be all right on any given Sunday. Yeah.
So what he said is that you got to go ahead and risk it a little bit. And I can tell y'all that I don't want to make Washington rich, because it all depends on what they're trying to get for Chase. They might want to get that first round. Right now, would y'all trade pick 26 to the Washington team for Chase Young? Let me know in the chat right now. Would you trade the 26th pick for Chase Young right now? And you're trading for straight up. Now, I probably do the 90th pick, I trade that 90th pick for Chase Young, you know what I'm saying? I see a lot of no's, hell no's. I don't see no no's. I see some hell no's up in there. Yes, indeed, man. I feel y'all, man. It would be hard, man. somebody could argue, man, they say, man, if they really about it, if the Washington team really about it, we would give y'all a 4th Endurance Armstrong. You know what I'm saying? Or 4th Endurance Armstrong would go good with them right now. Maybe the 58, or a 3rd. Maybe I'm being too disrespectful. Maybe a 3rd Endurance Armstrong. Is that too much? Is that too much, y'all? I mean, would you do that, y'all?
He ain't lying.
Yeah. Would you do that? Let me see what y'all saying. The 5th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5th. I know this suck. I know it sucks to do that, but I'm just like this, man.
Nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Let me know how y'all feel about that, though, man. I know a lot of y'all like, nah, dog, man. Hey, bro, come on, man.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
All right, man. Let me let my guy in, man. He been waiting here patiently, man. From the 206, you in the mix. MJ, you live.
What up, Law?
Yeah,
how you doing,
good.
brother?
All is well, man. Can't complain.
Hey, man. You said something earlier. You gotta hope and believe. If you don't believe in Jesus, you ain't making it to the promised land. So you gotta believe, guys. You gotta believe in your draft pick.
Okay.
You gotta give them a chance. If they make it, you gotta cheer them on. If they don't, then they didn't do it for us. Let them go on. I don't sit here and hate on a player. Like a lot of players, I was talking to Steele today, and then I said we might draft Porter, and he just, we gonna get rid of Kevin Joseph. I said, nope. Kevin Joseph got 2 years left, and he's a special team ace with our other. We got the two best two gunners in the NFL with him and other guys. So he's young. I said the guy they're gonna get rid of is what's that, number 3?
He's already gone. Are you talking about Anthony Brown?
And no, the other one, number 2.
Jordan Lewis?
Yes, that $4 or $5 million is gone. They're gonna cut him. Jerry and them gonna save that money. And if Porter drop, they're gonna draft Porter. And he's gone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, c'est la vie.
Well, at first, we got to go through rookie mini camp. We got to go through, all of the OTAs before we can start cutting and trimming the fat. But I feel what you're saying. I feel what you're saying. But it will be counterproductive to get rid of Jordan Lewis when he's been a guy that's pretty much grit, grindy guy. He can be depth purposes too down the line while he's recovering. But we still had to see where Joey Porter would fit in for this team. So I wouldn't cut my guys before I get a chance to see my guys.
Well, that's right. But Jerry now, if they could save that money with the players they get rid of first, it's the veterans. Because they got Bland. Bland is your new starter. And then you got the big our big corner. What's that, number 24? The
Izzy.
big tall corner.
Izzy, yeah.
Izzy can play corner and safety. Even Kevin Joseph could play safety. He played safety in Kentucky and did good. So everybody was like, he was fussing with me. He said, man, he got torched. I said, man, Brown got torched a lot. But he gave up. I said, what happened with, what y'all don't understand, and Lauren, you've been saying this for the longest. And this is what hurt the Cowboys. We'll draft players and then wait till the last minute to start playing them for 1 or 2 games. Then if they don't play good, then we call them a bum. That's how y'all did Steele. Everybody on here, and Law, I'm one of your people. I'll be on your show, I'll be on everybody's show. And I'll be listening to the fans. These guys was killing Steele. He's a bum. Don't put him in the game. Get rid of him. Now y'all kissing his butt. All the way up his crack. Because he showed y'all. See, our Cowboys fans don't give players a chance. Give a guy a chance. If he do, then I'm done with him. I'm like you. But I'm not going to get rid of a player until I really know he can't play. You got to remember, Kevin Joseph, like you said, Law, haven't played them. Look, the same with our receivers. Law, me and you was there. Law, me and you was at camp. Sammy was killing everybody in camp. Was he, Law?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
And then what happened, Law? Didn't play. Avante Collins played in all the preseason games. Didn't give up nail sack. What happened? Didn't play. There's a trend going here, Law, if you see what I'm going.
Okay.
And with that trend, the halfback, 30 Davis, running for 5-6 yards a carry every time he get in the game. Didn't play. Now look what happened, Cowboy fans. All the people I just said, where they at? They got cut. Kellen Moore gone. Halfback coach gone. Receiver coach gone. You see what I'm going on?
I feel what you're saying though, my guy MJ.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying here is, and I believe, and I haven't heard the conversation between you and Scott this morning, but what I can say is the cream shall rise to the top. And the cream shall rise to the top. You already know that. You know what I'm saying? So if the guys need more playing time and they're not getting it, then hopefully by a new offensive coordinator, so a different soft eyes can see the potentials that either Simi got true potentials or he don't. As far as the defensive back, I got my guy, he donated to say this. He says, hey, I remember him, Law. He said that Kelvin Joseph is better than our third. He says, laughing out loud, he is in 7th place now. Diggs, Gilly, Bland, Izzy, J. Lou, Nashawn Wright, and then KJ is there. So
Nashawn, wait, listen. Okay.
I'm listening to you now. I'm listening to you now, but Nashawn Wright beat him out. Nashawn Wright beat him out.
Right. Who played on special team the best? Who's the number one dude?
Well, of course, KJ plays special team best. But
you still gotta have special team.
But we still gotta have special team. But so far, all second round draft pick, he's in 7th place. So what I'm saying is, I need to see more from him versus him being only on special teams. It start next month whenever the mini OTAs and everything. So we need to see more out of him, MJ. I feel you, MJ, for KJ. I feel you.
I know what you're saying. That's true. But I know what y'all saying.
Yeah.
When number 30, when he wore that number 30, he was getting his butt torched. And I seen you fans throwing your TV, killing him.
Yeah.
And y'all hated that guy. He's getting torched every game.
Anthony Brown, right?
Then he got better.
You talking about Anthony Brown? Okay.
But Anthony Brown.
Here's the thing that you got to contextualize.
No excuses.
No excuses. I feel what you're saying, MJ. But before I let you go, give me a yes or no. Did Anthony Brown showed you something his rookie year?
Did he do good in his rookie year?
Yeah. Did he showed you at least something his rookie year?
Law.
2016.
Right now. I'm glad you said that. Law. Remember, before the guy hurt his groin, young, he didn't play corner that much at LSU. Then he finally played at Kentucky. He really only had 2 years, just like Diggs. But then, remember, in the Philly game, the first Philly game, we said, oh, man, we got a corner. I heard every fans on here said Boss was the corner. And then what happened? That situation happened, came when he was a rapper.
Oh, wait. But you evaded the question, man. I just want to know, man, about Anthony Brown, his rookie year. Because what happened in 2016, Anthony Brown gave us a little spices of what he can do. Now, granted, it's hard to stay on the
Joseph did too.
Kelvin Joseph
in the first year.
Kelvin Joseph rookie year was not comparable to Anthony Brown's rookie year. Anthony Brown gave us a little bit more than what we've seen out of Kelvin Joseph in his rookie year.
That's true.
And the
but Kevin
expectation.
Jones show something though, remember?
And yeah, but shoot, just because you see a little cleavage doesn't mean that it's good, But what I'm trying to say. Let me get off the phone, man. I appreciate you, MJ, man. Appreciate you, man.
I know everybody on here. Hey, good show. I'm gonna you gonna be on later? I'm gonna come.
Yeah, I'll be on later, man. All right, bro. Appreciate you, man. Much love to you.
Whoever we pick, I'm happy with it. I just don't want no receiver. That's it. I don't want no receiver. Salute.
Yes, indeed. Hey man, my bad, man. That's a horrible analogy, man. Y'all know I'm burnt up, man. Over here. Oh my gosh, man. Hey man, my bad, y'all. But what I'm saying is the expectation was different, man. Anthony Brown was a 5th or 6th round draft pick. You know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh, man. Oh my God! Just because you see a little bit of it, don't mean it's yours, right? All right, man. How can I pillage back, man? How can I get back to the 945? I got Action Jackson, man. You're live, man.
What up, Law?
What's good, bro?
Man, you here with an analogy over there.
Hey man, I was trying to think of so many things that, like, just because you see it doesn't mean it's yours, right? You know what I'm saying? Or what would been a better analogy, man? Help me out, man.
So hold on. Well, first we see what's on your mind. Just because it's signed, it ain't a dime. You got a couple more things. You
yeah.
Sign a little bit, Or
yeah.
Just say, even the son signed on the dog. You know what?
Yeah. But I was trying to think of something quick, man. I was just trying to think of a flash. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's something quick. That's gonna always be something quick.
I couldn't think of nothing else. I don't know why that came out the way it did, though, bro. Yeah, but
I think you were thinking what comes in Paris.
Right.
Hey, damn. Due to your independent success, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna call you law. I'm gonna call you authority.
Authority.
Because you're an author of your own entity. You picking up what I'm putting down?
Yeah.
Hey, and back to earlier when you were talking about Dion, man, I'm kind of nervous for my boy Prime, bro. He getting a lot of transfers, man. It's a lot of, there's some eyes and some naysayers out there that don't want him to succeed. And all it takes is one conspiracy to come out and say he was doing this or whatever, running it like this and that. You know how it goes. You know how it goes. So but that's on another. It's for a different type.
Man, Prime gonna have to. What he's doing is it's like it's two sides to it, right? Like one of the kids got really angry and upset. He's like, well, Prime ain't gonna allow me to get my tape, and showcase to the world, right? And on the flip side, coach is not gonna let you leave with that tape. Whether it's practice tape or from last year or what have you, that's still intel. So what Prime is saying, basically, dude, look, I'm gonna say good things about you, but you ain't finna take the tape with you. No, that's giving up too much details. But I feel the kid, but the kid picked the wrong fight though too.
Yeah,
he picked the wrong fight. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and but it's they pressing, they want to squeeze him like. What was he doing over there? What is he doing? How's you know what I mean? They trying to get that negativity out of them so they can, put that in front and center. They gonna try to do them. When it comes push on the show, how they go, bro.
Yeah.
But I think 26 we gotta go in the trenches. I think we should go with John Randall Jr. Or Darnell Wright if he followed our way. You know what I'm saying? We need something nasty in the trenches.
Man,
I like John Randall Jr. too. I can't front.
I already know who you talking about. Kalijah Kancey. Yeah.
I like him. I can just see him that motor. You know what I'm saying? That non-stop motor. That's what we need. Like we need that like yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, see, if we draft him, I definitely can get him on the show, bro. I'm for real, because his agent Ed, his trainer, done hit me up already. I was like, yeah, they didn't like the video I did. They loved the video. So I was like, man, give me a piece of it, man. Give me a piece of that contract, man. I just want about 2%, man. You know what I'm saying? Help the nation out, man. Y'all reaching out.
I ain't trying to put my whole foot in the door. Just let me get a toe.
Get a toe in, man.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I like him though, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just, I just think we need an Eric Williams type of lineman. We need somebody nasty. You know what I'm saying? That is downright nasty that can push Tyler back inside. Because I feel like he's a better guard than he is a tackle. Me personally, that's what I feel like. You know what I mean?
I think that what you will see in this, pin to pull, this offensive line theory is going to be more of a West Coast principle. So you're going to pull your guards. Shoot, you got Tyler Smith pulling and coming at you. You already know the man is half crazy. He work out with trucks. Shoot. Come on, man.
You remember you remember that Super Bowl we played Pittsburgh when Greg Lloyd Larry Allen scored, and Greg Lloyd seen Larry Allen coming like, oh man, hold up. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wanted with Larry Allen. Nobody,
man. Shoot.
Yeah, major. See what I'm saying? And, and due to the drafting, it's all about time, right?
Yeah.
Check me out. The thought of running out of time can really break down a mind to the point where everything that's lost puts you in a hurry to find, which can begin to put your life at jeopardy at high risk to be a casualty of armed robbery. True soldier's death for the life of the streets, for the life that's in me. I can't understand how a clock can control a nation life in a block. That's why I can never stop, never take breaks, complete missions without mistakes. Because as you know, time don't wait. It keeps ticking to the point where you don't want to find yourself past time reminiscing. That's why everything I do, I stop, look, and listen. Because money sometimes is hard to find. And they didn't let Biden get in the White House, so it's hard to grind without doing time. I'd rather be pursuing time, from felonies, misdemeanors, to petty crimes. The thought of running out of time makes me want to get mine. DC4L. Peace.
Man, that's my guy right there, man. I got two of them that I'm going to have to do for him, man. That's a good call from him. Hey, instead of Action Jackson, man, Action Rhymin' Jackson, man. Let me know if that goes better, man, because he started talking about time. Hey, he put something on my mind with that one, man. That boy got some bars over there, man. Appreciate him, man, for what he do for the nation, man. And, hey, keep doing that, bro. Keep that up. Poetry night gonna be going good, man, over here on the nation, That boy got some good balls, man. Action Rhymin' Jackson, man. So, hey, in between him and Uncle Charles, with his stories and everything, everybody got their unique space over here, and I don't like it. I love it. So let me get my guy in, Cam. Oh, Cam from the 205. You're live.
Well, Law, I was waiting on him, my man. I said, Law gonna get to me.
Yeah.
Hey, man, Law, man, he need to get on the jam out tonight, man, so we can talk about this draft while going on. I feel like the nation would love that. The nation, I feel like we'll, you get us on there, me, you, your brother, and all, so we can have some on the jam out. But that's your thing. But I just want to throw that in there.
Most certainly, man. I'm thinking about that, man. And on top of that, my brother, he don't pick until day 3. The 49ers done got rid of everything, man. They don't got to pick until day 3. So I think I'm gonna jump on with my guy, Boss Cowboys Sports, as well as the OC, and see how we're gonna build it while it's in the air. We're gonna build it while it's in the air. We're gonna build this plane, but we'll figure it out tonight, man. But I might go solo dolo. You know how it goes there too,
Oh yeah. However it goes.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to bring something to the table. What you said, man, it had me. You told me at work. You folks looking at me like I'm crazy. But I wanted to talk about. I like that everybody talking about my boy Jahmyr Gibbs.
Mm-hmm.
But I watch a lot of SEC football. Tank Bigsby ain't that guy like the people think he is, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. Tank Bigsby ran over little schools. When they got them big schools, he won that boy. Now, don't get me wrong. His freshman year, his sophomore year, he was a dog. I think he had got a little mixed up, and that kind of slowed him up. He wasn't that same Tank Bigsby. So, yeah, he was a dog then.
Right.
You know, and I'm gonna watch some Auburn football with them Alabama fans. So
yeah,
I'm gonna look and see what they all the way up to November until we get to them. So Tank Bigsby won that same dude. The reason why I say get Jahmyr Gibbs because you seen what happened to Ezekiel Elliott. I feel like if we would have had another running back to complement him, you know, and we still had that boom and bam type thing, what we got with him and Pollard, Elliott would have still had probably about a couple of more years in the tank.
Yeah.
He ran Elliott to the ground because he was the only running back running for us. So that's why I say get another running back. You always want to have two running backs. That's how I always felt. You always want to have two. And that's why I felt like they should have gave Malik Davis some time on the field. You got guys sitting there waiting on their chance, and then when you go to the draft, you draft another person, they be like, well, when am I going to get my chance?
Right.
So, I mean, if you do get Jahmyr Gibbs, get him, but then play Malik Davis because, like dude said, I don't think they're going to want to pay Tony Pollard that money. Let him go. Let him test the waters. Let him go and be free. Let him go and be Tony Pollard. And I'm still going to support him wherever he go. But if he goes to the Eagles or the Washington or New York Giants, just forget about it.
Yeah.
But I mean, if he go anywhere else, and I don't like nothing about Philadelphia, period. I don't even like Pittsburgh. So, but if he do go to Pittsburgh, I'm gonna support him because he's a good running back, and I don't want his years to be wasted. And he just be one of those guys who don't get into the Hall of Fame or get that recognition that he deserves, and he just one of those guys that we just talked about for the moment and then forgot about.
No doubt.
You see what I'm saying? So let him go. Pick up Jahmyr Gibbs, Malik Davis. He's a big back. He got the muscles and things like Zeke. Get him out there. Get him some reps. Let him get some game time in this year. So when next year come around, if you don't have Pollard, you got Jahmyr who can do just about anything. He can be a receiver. You want to? I mean, if you don't believe me, go listen to what Nick Saban said.
Yeah. Let Nick Saban talk about it. Hey, and another thing is too is that. I would hate to put all of this on Zeke last year in the playoffs. We got to put into some of the mindset of the offensive coordinator that didn't know what to do. He reminded me a little bit of his father a little bit when Jason Garrett. You know what I'm saying? You ever notice like when injuries occur like within the game, Jason Garrett like he do good when everything is like rolling. But when that injury occurred, he forget like what he's supposed to do far as play calling, etc. And to see Malik Davis not even get one touch, you know, they let me know that they didn't even have an emergency backup plan. They didn't have a philosophy aspect for scheme system put into place if this guy go down. You got to make sure you cover all things, right?
You know, my mama used to tell me this, Cameron, you got 1, 2, 3. She said, so you always got to have a plan A, a plan B, and a plan C. Because she like, plan A could be going so smooth and it could fall. Plan B probably not going to work out like plan A worked out.
Right.
Plan C might be what you need. You could have put Malik Davis out there. People don't know his game, so they wouldn't know what to do with him.
They didn't know what to do with him.
They wouldn't know. They wouldn't know what to do with him.
Yeah.
This guy fast. He got power too. He got it. We have seen the little sparks of it.
Yep.
But also, like you said, you know, the lights was big, so we don't know how he would have played because, you know, we seen him a little bit. But even with my guy Simeon Fehoko, I want to see Simeon out there on the field. I want to see these guys. If you don't go on these drafts, just drafting motherfuckers and say, oh yeah, we got these people to draft. If you're gonna draft them, if you're gonna have them coming to OTAs, if you're gonna play them in the spring game, you see what they doing, put them out there. Put them out there. How my coach used to do when I'm freshman used to come. My coach would like me say, Ain't nobody got no starting position. I don't care if you've been here for all 4 years. You ain't got
No,
no
you
starting
got Nathan out there, man. Cam, man, I appreciate you so much, man, for calling in. But I want everybody to write this down. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You know?
Don't take.
Yup. So
And you know what Kobe? You know why Kobe was so great?
What is that?
Kobe said, "I missed 9,000 shots in the NBA." He missed 9,000 of them.
That's a lot of shots, bro.
Because if he didn't take those shots, he probably wouldn't have been as clutch as he was. Everybody know Kobe shooting over 3 people.
Yeah.
Shooting them clutch shots at the end of the game. We know that LeBron has missed a lot of shots, but why he's so good?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Other than last night, LeBron was
man.
good.
Hey, man, see why you had to, man, we were having a good conversation. Man, I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much, man.
You a Lakers fan, I'm a Celtics fan, dog. But, you know, I got to do this, man. You know I'm an encouraging guy, man. I want to thank you for this show, man. This show. Oh, and man, I want to bless up to your moms, man, because I remember when I was in Walmart when my mama informed me the news that she had cancer, and I cried like a baby, you know, because I didn't want to lose my mom because I already had lost my dad to the streets. Yeah. So, you know, it's always hard when it's that, and what my brother always say, and there's no disrespect, but it's always hard when it's that nipple. And what I mean by that nipple is when it's that stronghold, when it's that person who birthed you. We come from a queen, from being blessed by the king. You see what I'm saying? And that's your mom, and that's your mother, man. Yeah. And it's hard. So I just always want to, you know, send my prayers to her. I'm gonna ask everybody here at Protective Life Center to pray for your moms, man. And we do hold prayer sometimes, man. But man, just big ups to your mom. I know she a fighter because you're a fighter. Your brother a fighter. Yeah. So I know she gonna fight, man. She a warrior, man.
No doubt, man.
And I don't care. And I don't give. And I'm gonna say this: I don't give a damn what the doctor say.
Yeah.
God got the last say so. God got the last say so.
Man, I appreciate you, man.
If he say Miss Law gonna be here to the end, then Miss Law gonna be to the end. We riding with her, man.
Yep.
It's her show, man. So we gonna ride with her, man.
No doubt, man. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you too, man.
No problem.
Yes, indeed, man. That's a good call from him, man. Y'all look, man. Y'all don't get me like this, man. Y'all don't get me like this, man. Yes, indeed. Y'all know I'm very sensitive. I'm very sensitive. But we all gonna put our prayers together for everything, and we we'll keep it moving for mom, man. You know how it goes. Let's go to. We're gonna knock out all of these people that's been waiting here forever, y'all. We gonna knock it. If y'all been waiting in here, I'm gonna make sure I get to y'all. And thank y'all so much. And let's go. Is this my guy Sonny from the 970?
Hello?
Yep, Sonny, you're live. Make it quick.
Hey, how about them Cowboys?
Yeah, how about them, baby?
Oh, yeah. Hey, my question is to you. I don't do too much of the draft thing, but
right.
How come they're picking Philadelphia to go back to the Super Bowl again this year over us?
You who are they saying that?
Well, I mean, all these damn media and everything.
Oh man, get out of here, man! They hyping. They hyping. You know, that's what it is.
Yeah. You think Philadelphia will be as good as last year? They were going to be good again this year, or no?
I think that they're going to regress a little bit. I think that, you know, it's good to jump out. I think the great Jimmy Johnson said it, and he was right on the money with it. You know, it's easier for you to jump out in front on a team when they don't know your game plan. You throw it in something new, and no one know how to work it. But when you see them fight again, you know how their weaknesses, you know their tendencies, and that's how the Washington team beat them the second time around. They figured them out, and I think that blueprint is out there, and teams will figure them out, and they will not have that schedule that they had last season. They're gonna play first place schedule this season. So, and of course, they couldn't help the schedule that they played. Well, so they did. They took care of business.
We don't know the schedule yet, do we?
Yeah, we don't have the schedule yet, but they're gonna have first place schedule. They're going to have first place schedule, and they got a target on their back.
How come some media's got some of the schedules, though? They already know who's playing who.
Well, they don't know what date. They don't know the order, though. You know, we know who we playing, but we don't know the order, and that plays a major role.
How do we know who we're playing? I mean, besides our own division. I mean, we're going to play against the Jets, Buffalo, and probably in that division, right? Next year?
That's the what's that is the AFC East. Y'all help me out. Yeah. So we know we're gonna play those boys. You know, is how the time frame when we play them. So that's why they know who playing each other. You know.
And you know who we're gonna be playing against when we play the Jets?
Oh yeah,
freaking Rodgers. That son of a bitch.
Hell yeah, you know. I can't stand Aaron Rodgers, man. I can't stand him.
I'm sure glad Dallas didn't try to go for him.
I mean, look at all the stuff you had to pay to get him, and I don't think we had the resources.
But still, you know.
Yeah.
I really thought the Cowboys would have tried to make a move for Tom Brady when he did that at the beginning, but you know, but hey, that's past, that's gone.
Yeah.
But hey, what do you expect us to land this year? What are your expectations for this year?
Well, Sonny.
Over 12 games.
I got us right where we were last year. You know what? I had us 13-4. Remember?
Yeah.
I got us right around that area. I got us winning the NFC East. And I got us going to the playoff and winning multiple playoff games this year. You know, we moving up.
I mean, who are you looking forward to seeing this year mostly, on the defense or the offense?
I want us. I'm greedy, Sonny. I want us to finish out.
You're saying defense.
Yeah, I'm a defensive guy. I get it. You know, Quinn. We've been talking about Quinn and his defense. Yes, but we still haven't finished yet top 5 defense. So for the 2023, I want us to finish top 5. I want us to be a top 5, a top 4 to 5 defense, and I want us to be better on stopping the run. I want us to get turnovers more like we've been doing. I want us to have a juggernaut defense.
You think I got a feeling we will this year. You think Diggs will get more interceptions this year? Maybe average about 5 or 6.
He's gonna have more interceptions this year juxtaposed to last season because I think teams gonna target him more.
Yeah, and plus he's got to learn to tackle a little bit better too, don't he?
I just want
Diggs.
Diggs.
Have a hard problem with that coming in and hitting.
Sonny, I just want Diggs to play his game and have the safety over the top to do the tackling and all of that. But he still got to tackle though. But I want him to play his game. Don't try to be someone that he's not. Just be who he is.
And who would be your surprise pick for the Cowboys to pick in this first round? Who would really surprise you if the Cowboys did do it?
It would be surprising to me if Bijan Robinson falls to the 26 tonight and us drafting Bijan. That would be a surprise to me. Sonny, I appreciate you, man. I got to let you go, though, man. I got so many people,
I love
man.
You, Law.
Much love to you, Sonny.
I pray for you, brother.
I thank you so much, man. Thank you. Yeah.
You're very welcome.
Yes, indeed. That's Sonny, man. All right, so not to rush y'all off the phone, but we've been live for a minute, so we're going to try to make sure we get everybody here, man. Jeremy from the 832, you live.
What's up, Law? What's up, man?
Nothing to it, man.
I'm gonna be quick with it.
Appreciate you.
First, day one, I want to help Mike out. I want to beef up that line somewhere, or get a real explosive linebacker. I want to help him out. I don't want to burn him out because I want him to be fresh for the playoffs. And then another thing, I want to go running back the second round.
Okay.
I want it because I believe, and then I want somebody that's like, man, we gonna need a for sure running back. We gonna need 1, 2, or 3. We don't need one of those guys because if we don't get one of those guys, I think we're gonna regress a little bit. I want to say to 11 wins because I believe Zeke was he was more than just a running back for our team. I think he was one of the leaders in that huddle. And like with him being a 3-down back, like they're gonna take a little flesh from us. So if we don't get one of those top 3 running backs, gonna digress a little bit, but I still, with the if we can like I say, get somebody paired up with Michael Light, we still can go deep into the playoffs. And that's my take with it. That's kind of the direction I want the Cowboys to go in.
Well, Jay, man, I can tell you, man, in the second round, my favorite running back in the second round will be Zach Charbonnet. If you look back at his tape, he will be a double-digit touchdown guy. His rookie year, he was in college. His rookie year, he played for Michigan, and as a rookie, he had 11 touchdowns. I want you guys to look up that. And that was as a rookie. And then, of course, he transferred over to UCLA, and I think he had double-digit touchdowns every season from there. So I just think – and he can catch out of the backfield. He's good for his size. I think that he'll fit right on in as for what the Cowboys do if you're looking for that. A shifty guy, good for his high size as far as his feet. I think that will be a no-brainer at 58 if you're looking for a running back in the second round.
I'll love that pick, man. But like I said, like Zeke was just so much, and like I said, that brotherhood with that, like, like the only way to offset that is like to get somebody like Michael, like, and just have the defense just be top 3 all season, like how we was last year. We was up and down, and like how good they was those first 6 games, and then when Dak came back, they was off and on. I need them to be consistent the whole 17 games.
No doubt.
To offset what that little bit that we're gonna miss on offense. I just had that much in Zeke, and I just feel like he was just
he's not gone, so he's not forgotten. The Cowboys might circle back to him, and we'll find out, man. Maybe around Wednesday of next week or the following Wednesday from next week when everything is all solidified. I appreciate you for calling in, Jay.
All right, how about the Cowboys?
How about him, man? A good call from him. All right, so, you guys get what I'm saying, right? The Cowboys is pretty much anywhere they can find a running back to insert that could help alleviate some of the things that we are missing. I think that, Zeke counted, 11 or 12 touchdowns last season. I would tell you that they can always circle back, bring them back for a cup of coffee. If not, then Rojo time. Look, let's not sleep too much on Rojo. I got my guy from the 971. Jay, you live.
Hey, what's happening, baby?
Nothing much, man. Holler at me, man.
Mississippi is in the house, baby.
All day.
Hey, did we go offensive heavy last year in the draft?
Tyler Smith. Sam Williams,
yeah,
Tolbert.
Yeah.
Who was our fourth? Ferg. Okay.
3.
Well, let's go. Right. I'm going off the top of my head, man. I don't know in exact order.
Yeah, we went heavy on offense last year.
Or we went BPA, best player available. So if it's offense or defense, it could have been that way.
It's time to go D heavy. It's time to go D heavy this year.
I mean, do you go defense just for the sake of defense, or you go defense for the sake of the BPA?
I'm so sorry. But okay, man. What's up with this guard, this tackle, this running back? That's cool, man. That's cool. But let's get them, man, down to the third and fourth, fifth pick, man. Come on now. We can get them. We can still find some studs in that down there.
Well, I like Mafi. I do like Zavala. I do like a lot of guys that you could probably get in mid third roundish. Voorhees is another guy that you can probably get a red shirt. For future pick, you can do that. But if you're going to get those guys, all of those guys, you're not expecting those boys to start day one.
I like that D tackle out of Penn State. Not Penn State, but Pitt. I watched a little film on him, 290. I watched a little run of 4.5.
Okay.
Yeah, we need somebody like Donald, man, to solidify that middle of that defense. I mean, I'm talking about giving us like 17 to 20 something snaps a game. I'm talking about
stay in shape in the weight room, get that body together. You see what I'm saying? I'm talking about
Yeah.
stud. You know, I got respect for Bohanna and that other guy that we got, but man, we need stellar. We need 2 stellar DTs, man, to get you to past that second round, man, to the Super Bowl, man.
Well, most of the times with D tackles, it takes 3 years.
Yeah.
It takes 3 years to get their man body together.
How long did it take Donald, though? How long did it take Donald?
Well, Aaron Donald, was like a 14th overall pick, or 12th or something like that. Right. So somewhere around that area. So you get what you pay for out of the jumps. Right. And I don't think that we're in a spot to get another Aaron Donald, So, but it's like this though. It's an old wait and see. I think the world of my guy Osa, who had north of 4 sacks last season from the inside or from the interior. I think that he could be a guy that can bring up that number to 8 to 9 sacks if given the opportunity. The person that I'm out on is Gilmore, right? Neville Gallimore. I keep on calling him Gilmore. Yeah, Neville Gallimore. I'm out on him a little bit.
I'll let you real quick, man. I'm gonna let you go.
Talk to
Look,
me.
Man, these cats, man, they need to work on their weight. All respect to all of them. I love them. They work on your weight, get your body weight down, and y'all need to just get ready to get in the weight room. Like I said before, get on that keto diet or whatever y'all need to do, and get right, baby. And let's just get right. You know what I'm saying? We need some studs to get right. You know what I'm saying? I love and respect you. Y'all got to get y'all paper, but we just need that, though. Lord, we need that, baby.
Well, we can all hope that, JP, man, but we'll find out, man. I don't know if keto can help out these guys on defense. You know what I'm saying?
You don't think so?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a nutritionist.
Keto?
I don't know if a keto diet can help, but I can tell you, man, slang that weight around and get out there on the field, man. Whether it's keto, Cheeto, or pescatarian, it don't matter, man. One of those things, man. They need to get out there and make it happen, man, on the field.
Right.
But I appreciate you,
man,
bro.
I'm looking forward to the night. I'm looking forward to the night. I don't know who you're gonna be. You might be on the boss or whoever, but like I said, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of excited. I want to see where they go, man. I want to see what they're doing. I want to see what's going on, man. I don't trust the Joneses right now. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, one more thing I want to say, man. Hey, bless your family, man. Bless your mom. You see what I'm saying? I lost my mom about 3 years ago. So, hey, spend every how much time you want on phone call.
Yeah.
Give it, and just enjoy her moment and enjoy her presence while she's here. You see what I'm saying?
No doubt.
It's relevant. But I want to see a small prayer. Get that cancer, Lord, that cancer out of her body. I want that cancer leaving ASAP. So she'll have to do chemo. When she wake up in the morning, Lord, let her be free of cancer-free, Lord. As of today, as of next year, and the Bible says until you live life until you're fully satisfied. That's what I want for your mom, bro.
No doubt, right? Man. I appreciate you, fam. Thank you for calling in.
In the house, Brookhaven in the house. Brookhaven in the house. I want to ask you one more question.
Hey, man.
You said Doc. Doc. You said Doc. Is that Doc from Brookhaven or Doc from Natchez? We got a Doc in Brookhaven.
Man, there's only one Doc Woods, man.
Is he from Brookhaven?
Doc Woods, he Natchez, man. Natchez Doc Woods. You know what I'm saying?
He must have been going from Brookhaven to Natchez.
No doubt.
All right, then. Well, okay, I love you, Law. Hey, Brookhaven better than Natchez. Hats off. I'm glad you picked.
Appreciate you, bro, man. I let him troll a little bit at the end. But shout out to you, JP, man. Shout out to my guy from Mississippi. Was it Daddy D said, come on, man,
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Yes, indeed. Natchez, not from Roxy, Mississippi. Shout out to you, man. Scorpio. All right, I got Lee Cowboy, man, from the 469. What's on your mind?
What's good? How you doing?
Man, I'm well, man. I can't complain.
Same. I keep on hearing people talking about we need linebacker?
LB, yeah.
No offense. They have one, but he's playing defensive end. His name is Sam Williams.
Oh.
So
break it down. Will or Sam? Where are you going to play Sam at?
Right outside linebacker.
Okay.
That's his position. That's, in my opinion, from what I've seen and evaluated, he's a right outside linebacker. I think he'd be stellar, and I think he'd be one of the best QB pass guys who can, just straight up bulldoze people. His only problem is discipline. Will he have too many penalties? That's his problem.
Well,
he's a dog.
He's a dog. I like his skill sets. I think that his change of direction could have been better. He need to play still with a lower pad level. But as far as him being a linebacker, could he be a guy that control hook to flat? I think that he can do that. I just like him better just putting his hand in the dirt and going straight to the quarterback, man. Let's not get cute with it. I think that he needs more snaps, more reps, and get it out of that way. If the Cowboys drafted a linebacker, look up Diane Henley. I like what he brings to the table. I like what he can do. Trent Simpson, I like what he could do in this particular defense. And I know it's a lot of, boom or bust with him, but I think that with this Quinn guy, he can work some magic with him. And for those who want to say the Will McDonald, I like Will. I like Will McDonald.
Okay.
I do. I absolutely like him, but I'm not that high on him at 26. I think that if you can look back at this draft and look at where these guys are falling, I think if you want to get cute with this, you can trade back a little bit, and he may still be there day 2 early, So I don't see him going day 1, but I know a lot of people, they're going to look at it and say, no, he is day 1 talent. And his talent level, to me, he looks like a Randy Gregory with the way he bends off of that edge and get around and get to the quarterback. But I like him more of a day 2 prospect, early day 2, not late.
I have to say this, I'm absolutely terrified in this draft. And the thing is, I'm more so worried about what Kansas City and Eagles are going to do.
Right.
Because depending on what they get, whether it be wide receiver, running back, will determine, in my opinion, if Dallas decides to move back or not and trade with somebody. So it's kind of scary. I don't know who they should get. Personally, I like Gibbs, but I also like Bigsby. I feel he's a complete running back.
Okay, so you counter what my guy said. That's Cam said, like, hey, Bigsby, he wasn't that high on him because of when he played against the bigger schools, his numbers. I look at Tank as a guy that he's a one-cut guy. He's not going to dance around, play around with his food. And once he get to the edge, he speeds and he's looking for someone to hit and get out of bounds. I think we can utilize that. I don't see nothing wrong with the Cowboys drafting him, Kendre Miller, Dwayne McBride. All of those guys are kind of like lumped into the same category. But who I have just above those boys are your Sean Tuckers. I kind of like Sean Tucker a little bit better than those guys. So the draft board, I think that we can still find someone in this draft that fit right on in for what we do. Excellent for us, right? I think we will find a running back because there's so many of them. It's too many to miss on. It's too many.
Right. And one more thing. This is the last thing. I do not feel like we should draft a tight end in the first round. I do not feel that. I feel like that's more of a 5th round pick. But that's just my opinion. I feel like it's just a deep draft, and you need more than just a tight end right about now. I like Hendershot and Ferguson a lot.
Yeah, I do like both of those boys. Here's my only thing with Hendershot and Ferguson. Their resume, it's still not a long one. It's still only a spoonful of games that we got a chance, and I know. We saw the flash. We went all the way back earlier when I told MJ. We saw the flash of it, and hey, that looked pretty good. But is that the full package? What else do they have to showcase to the world, to us? I think that Jake Ferguson, first year, 17 out of 22 targets, 17 receptions, 127 yards, 130 yards. That's a weekend game for Travis Kelce. right? That's a weekend game. So we got to see more out of his game before we can say, okay, he's everything. And the same could be said for Peyton Hendershot. So that's why I think that the Cowboys are saying, all right, y'all showed us some promise, but we're not going to give you guys a comfortable bed. We going to put more and more pressure on you to see whether or not you can outperform this new guy that we're going to draft this year. I think they're still going to draft tight end.
If Kincaid is available, I don't think they should draft him. And yes, I heard that he has back problems too. So good luck with that, Dallas fans.
Oh yeah, once that back go bad, man, you already know how that can work. You know what I'm saying? You got to get that back together, Dalton Kincaid. So I agree with you on that. That's a big flag for that. Yeah, appreciate you, fam. Thank you so much for calling in, fam.
All right.
No doubt. Good call from Lee, man. Lee Cowboys. Good call from him. I really appreciate y'all so much for this long mini marathon. Of course, y'all know we're going to be live a little later on tonight too, and anywhere in between these conversations as relates to that. I seen you guys talked about Lamar Jackson. I jumped over to make sure that you guys wasn't catfishing me. So yeah, he got a contract, but did the numbers come through? Did the numbers come through yet? Right? Let me know. Let me know if the numbers came through. Lamar signed with the Ravens, and I don't know. I don't have any numbers yet. They need to put the numbers, man. I need to know what the numbers going to look like, and it should be north of whatever Hurts got, right? Let me know if you guys got that. Yep. Came here just to say sign Lamar. Came here just to say Lamar sign, yeah. We don't care about Madman said we don't care about Lamar. We don't care about Bruno. No. We don't care about Bruno either. If you got kids, you know what I'm talking about. Somebody like, man, who's Bruno, Law?
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
We don't care about Bruno, baby. That song go hard, though, by the way. R.I.P. to Jerry Springer. Yeah, R.I.P. to him. And condolences out to his family. And Steve, you know, the bodyguard, they joined at the hip. Kryptonite, we getting the kid. Okay, appreciate you. My guy Kryptonite, appreciate you for your super chat. Oh, no, Twitter. No, appreciate you. And I got Cash App from Calvin. Appreciate you so much for your support for the Cash App, man. I know you related to Bill Gates, man. Damn. Appreciate you for your support. And Kane G, appreciate you for your support. Damn. Let's go. Cowboy Nation. Whoa. We about to get on up out of here, man. But I appreciate y'all so much, man, for being who y'all is. Y'all lock in tonight, man. I promise y'all, you're not going to have a good time at all. You all will have a great time. And whoever we draft, ooh, it's about to get crazy. Medieval around here.
Spartans, prepare for glory.
Yes, indeed. B.D. Gray said it's more than the Hurts deal. Okay. And that proves that it was a great thing for them. All right. So for those who really support the nation, I thank y'all so much, man, for what y'all do for us, man. I thank y'all for the many prayers and wishes for my mom and everything. And trust and believe this too shall pass. We just taking it one day at a time. And I know that we got people that's been through similar situations. But the mom that I know, she gonna always fight. When everybody doubted her, she continued to grind. And that's why y'all see a little bit of that in me. I'll never forget her story, true story. When she graduated from Alcorn, I didn't go to Alcorn. I went to JSU. I was rebellious. I wasn't going to go to Alcorn. But when she graduated with a school teaching degree, she had 2 boys. And she realized real quickly teaching school wasn't enough. So she went back to nursing school. And she was doing bad. She was doing really bad. I think she was pregnant with me at the time. And the instructor told her, you know, you're failing. You're not getting out of here. Why don't you go back to being a school teacher? You're not making A's nor B's. I can't see you getting out of here. And she said the teacher was so much against her that they will write with one hand and erase with the other. You know, that's how a strong teacher was in the class that when she was trying to get her education. But she stood up and told that teacher, I'm not fit to be myself out of here. I'm going to see myself out of here with that degree. And she won. She was nurse for over 30 years. That's all I've known her to be, a nurse, a loving, nurturing, caring, beautiful spirited lady. And when we got out of line, she'll have that Delta paddle. You know what I'm saying? Boy, we done pledged Delta over here for boys. And she would whoop us with that paddle. A no-nonsense lady, right? That's who she was, and that's who she is. And then, you know, many of years down the line, she finished out at Natchez Regional, Merit Health now, as a director of nursing. Director of nursing. The first person out of her family to graduate from college. Remarkable task. No nonsense lady that always wanted you to get it done. Her famous saying is, I know you don't want to do it, but do it. And did it kill you? You know? So yeah, we will always continue to grind. We will always continue to have that mindset that in this world, nothing can stop us if we put our mind to it. And you guys see it right now. Her vision, her plan, her precise measures of making sure that we accomplish the things and be better than her. And I promise you, it's hard to be better than her. I promise you. It's hard to outwork her. Yup. But I'm going to tell you guys right now that if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired of it, and it makes you all hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, and plan for it, and lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength and sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold poverty or famish or fame or sickness of your body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want. I've been saying this for years. If dogged and grim and besieged and beset with the help of Almighty, you will get it, Cowboy Nation. The draft is tonight. There will be chances and opportunities for those who put forth and brought forth the great stuff as it relates to their opportunity to shine will be selected tonight. There will be a few people that say, hey, that person is just luck. But there's no such thing as luck, basically. Because luck is when preparation meets the opportunity. What you gonna do? There's thousands of people that will say, hey man, he just fell into the opportunity. No, he worked himself into the opportunity. When his name was called, he was built for the moment. He was ready to walk through the triple fires. He was ready to stand tall with his desire. And when that is bigger than you, everything else will follow. Have you ever seen, let me rewind, I'm not ready to go yet. Have you ever seen someone with their presence enter the room and you can still feel their presence even when they're gone from the physical form? Have you ever seen someone, old folks used to have this good. My grandfather had a chair in the room, and even when he's gone, you can feel his presence in that chair. You can see the thoughts. You can feel the energy. That's old granddad chair right there. Yeah. You can't sit in that chair. Sometimes you can feel it, even from emotion aspect of it, just by being right there in the moment. So that's why when y'all see the nation, they say, Lord, man, I felt your presence. I was at Walmart the other day, 3 aisles down. Somebody ran around and said, hey, Lord, I kind of felt your presence in the area. Technically, I heard your voice, man. I just had to come over to tell you, man, me and my wife, we watch your channel every day. That's the type of stuff that I want to leave a mark on this organization and franchise and anybody out here, that I want y'all to feel me in the physical form. Let it be known I'm troublesome even when I'm gone. Huh? Shout out to Tupac for that. His presence is still here, believe it or not. And that's the same thing that's coming. I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all. Sam William is Chase Young, but better. Ooh, Iceberg Slim.
Give me my thing, you.
I feel you, fam. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Yes, indeed. Lord, the doctor told me I need to quit smoking and drinking. I told the doctor my parents didn't raise a quitter, you know? Well, good luck to you. Well, that song said, I smoke, I drank, I supposed to stop, but I can't. Damn. You better figure it out, man. There's other ways you can get elevated. It's in the mind. Doctor may be telling you the right thing to do, though. Cowboy Nation, one love. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best.
Give me my theme music.
Let's go, baby. Come on. Hey. Hey, let's get it. Y'all already know, baby.
Damn. Damn.
Let's go. Roll those crazy. Come on. I'll be ready to run through a wall right now. I'm gonna have to play some good old slow jams after this one. Run it, baby. Oh, it made the fire stop. That's okay. Shout out to you, Texas. Appreciate you, Brandy. Hot Spot Casino. D Well, appreciate you. V for Victorious. There's Brian. Thank you. Takama, John, Frederick Anderson. Appreciate you. I don't know what happened to smoke one for you, but appreciate you for your support today. Did they put that up there? Come on. Come on. Shout out to you, madman. Matthews, nothing but the best of hits and oldies. Shout out to 105.3 The Fan. Shout out to everybody that's watching and tuning in. Shout out to all of the content creators that's there at the draft. Shout out to my boys that support this one way or another. Shout out to you, so over it. Let's go. Yeah.
I want me some royal.
Hey. Oh. Christopher Smith, appreciate you too. Boom. Oh, wrong one. Hey. Oh. Get off there, man. Get him off there. Whoa. Gotta build a plane while it's in the air. Here we go. Bam. Hey. Run it, baby. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. I have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Hey. Kinda check a song. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too. Lately, I just wanna. Shout out to you. So over it again, Christopher Smith. Appreciate you. the Lord, all things are possible. That's what impossible mean. I'm possible. Hey, shout out to you, Lisa. I saw you in the chat earlier. Appreciate you. Iceberg Slim. Appreciate you. BD Gray. Let's go. Roll Tide, baby. Brandon, thank you for jumping in. Yep.
Take a drag of my cigarette. Breathe me out, breathe you in.
Yeah.
Take a bite of my burger, babe. Save the last bite for
Do you view this season as a failure?
You asked me the same question last year, Eric. Okay, do you get the promotion every year on your job? No, right? So every year you work is a failure. Yes or no? No. Every year you work towards something, towards a goal, right? Which is to get a promotion, to be able to take care of your family, to be able, I don't know, provide the house for them or take care of your parents. You work towards a goal. It's not a failure. It's steps to success. Michael Jordan played 15 years, won 6 championships. The other 9 years was a failure? That's what you're telling me? No, I'm asking you a question. Yes or no? Okay, exactly. So why you asking me that question? It's a wrong question. There's no failure in sports.
Do you view this season as a failure?
That boy got him. That's what I love to hear, man.
Don't let the street lights hit you all alone.
Talk to him, man.
You know it's dangerous.
Success comes in multiple ways, man. Just don't look at the negative side of it. I follow.
Wherever you go, whatever you do, play it too. If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.
Yeah, remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go.